This is the Say It Can't Gamer, and you are live with the MMA Holes!
Mixed Martial A-Holes! MMA Holes, MMA Holes, MMA Holes, MMA Holes, MMA Holes. You like to be a mixed martial A-hole. MMA holes, MMA holes, MMA holes, MMA holes, MMA holes.
No way.
From the Queen Studios of New York, UFC 239 Fire Card Fire Fights. Let's talk about them. UFC Fight Week, Contender Fight Week, PFL Fight Week, drama with the MMA holes. The MMA holes? The MMA holes. Yes.
Wonderful.
We are here on Not the MMA Holes. I hope everyone is wonderful tonight. And the party goes on. We got a strike on our main channel. Who gives a fuck? Right? Who cares? We put the show over here. The UFC wants to play games with us. We keep the show flowing and going. The Monday show in full effect. Jesse, how are you?
I'm wonderful, Monster. How are you?
Wonderful.
I am wonderful as well. Here on a Monday night. A lot of things to talk about. And damn, man. We bounced back from getting this strike. We come live on the Not the MMA Holes channel. If you're listening on Podbean and iTunes, that is right. We got a strike on our main channel. And now we have to stream on Not the MMA Holes. It's ridiculous. Go on our regular YouTube channel. You'll see the explanation over there. But we bounced back, and man, what a crazy card. UFC 239, I mean, I had a feeling it was going to be a nutty night, but I didn't expect it to be as crazy as it did go down. The main card was insane. I mean, Jon Jones fight, we'll be talking about that. Some people say there was drama. I'm not buying the whole drama thing, but Askren and getting knocked out in 5 seconds. Masvidal on top of the world. Amanda Nunes, I mean, Jesus Christ, beats Holly at her own game. Luke Rockhold's probably going to retire. Crazy stuff. What is the one fight that really stands out to you, JBH?
Holly Holm getting knocked out for the first time in her UFC career was pretty interesting to me. I expected Rockhold to get knocked out because we mentioned his glass jaw beforehand. But even Askren, the 5-second KO, I think that's got to be knockout of the year. I mean, it's the fastest knockout in UFC history, so it's got to be knockout of the year, right? I mean, that's what I would think.
It was shocking, absolutely shocking. We got to show the video as well of, we were talking about it on air, how ATT is just a beast of a gym, and they actually planned it out. That little 5 seconds.
Super chat.
It's a voice from God. What is that?
Never give up, never surrender.
Wow, that's kind of loud. Thank you, PBR Street Gang, and that is our new super chat sound. I don't know why it didn't. It's fucking not the MMA.
I like that. I like the new super chat.
Let me try it again.
It's very nice. What's wrong with it?
I want to try to see if I can play it again. I'm gonna fix that sound. That's scary, huh?
You want me to turn it down?
Yeah, if you could turn down the volume of that.
Sure.
But there's our new super chat. Thank you, PBR Street Gang, for the super chat. You are wonderful. That's creepy.
Super.
Yes. Super chat.
Oh, there it is.
Let's test.
All right, so there we go.
This is a test super chat alert for $40.
Okay.
Should we leave it that loud?
So that's a little loud. Hold on.
Yes. It scared drunks. If you had headphones in, you were like, what the fuck? Yeah, that's our new super chat. Tickle it tonight.
Here we go. Sound volume.
Yeah.
So let's try this.
Okay. You don't have to test it when they come through. When they roll
but why
through.
not?
No, but you don't.
Yes.
It's still loud.
Yeah.
Super chat.
All right.
It's still loud.
This is a test super chat alert for $25.
Around 30. Put it around 30. 35. Do it 35. We'll leave it at that. And if it's too loud, they could all lick my balls. Yeah, that's the Love Moss's new drawers.
Yes.
Okay. All right. We got it. Jesse,
Is that loud enough?
This is a test
What's
super
weird
chat
is-
alert for $22.
Oh, I got to
not
put it
bad.
over here. All right, so let me add this over here. So, Jesse, you were saying the one fight that stands out. This fucking sucks. UFC, you suck so bad. You suck so bad for pushing us over to not the MMA host. Now I got to play with everything. It's fucking assholes.
It's fine.
Anyway, I had to complain. All right, so you were saying what fight on the card is the one that stuck out to you, Jess?
I can't. I'm tossed. I'm tossed between it being Holm's first knockout in her UFC career or the fastest knockout in UFC history being Ben Askren's knockout. I can't. I'm tossed.
What about that Luke Rockhold thing? Blackowitz showing up.
Yeah, but like I said, it was expected. You know, Luke Rockhold, he's got that glass jaw, and after his getting knocked out with Bisping, getting knocked out with Romero, it's very obvious that as long as he's hitting the sweet spot, it's very easy to knock this guy to the ground. So given Jan Blakowicz's striking power, I expected it. But I didn't expect it with Askren.
Super chat.
This is Life and Logic with the super chat.
Be a not the MMA hole.
There you go. Be a not the MMA hole. Don't be an a-hole. Be a not the MMA hole. You have to remember to say that tonight.
Be a not the MMA hole.
Yeah. Maybe we could go a little louder. I don't know. Who knows?
No,
anyway,
it's fine.
Thank you for the super chats tonight. All right. Be a not the MMA hole. So let's talk about this. Let's start off the show with Askren versus Masvidal. This whole situation. 5 seconds in, and I'm going to pull up that actual video. Mike Brown dropped it. Actually, he put it on Twitter, I think.
The actual video.
Yeah, of them training. Not UFC. Not a UFC video.
Jorge Masvidal training.
What? What did I say?
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. Mike Brown, the coach of ATT. He dropped a little something over here. All right, so here's Masvidal. I don't know if you got a chance. Let me know with the ones in the chat if you got a chance to see this. But we are on Mike Brown's Twitter. Give him a follow, Mike Brown, on Twits. And I'm not surprised, man. We were saying it on air live as we were reacting, and it's the same thing over here. Look at this shit. Oh, it's fucking music. Jesus Christ. God forbid. All right, here we go. Here he comes in. Boom! Look at that, Jesse. Trots around the cage and then charges in with the knee. Look at that, Jesse. What a beautiful thing. Donation.
Have you seen my body anywhere? I was murdered by a knee piece.
That's Mark. Wants to know if you've seen his body anywhere. He's been murdered by a knee piece. Have not seen it. We have not seen it. Thank you for the donation. So, what do you think about that, huh? And 5 seconds. Starts it off and gets the finish, the knee. I mean, the wrestler's kryptonite, right, is that knee. And Askren says he was ready for it, but apparently he wasn't. And a little humiliated. Now the question is this: what's next for Gamebred and what's next for Askren? Askren's not. People like he's got to retire. I think it's a little premature. You know, it's his first ever loss and knockout, and it was pretty severe. But I still think he has a couple of fights left in his tank. I don't think he's going anywhere. But Masvidal sitting right on top of the list.
Super chat.
I don't know where it went, but the super chat.
Just got my vision back from last week. Moss with no shirt. My eyes.
That's PBR. Oh, I apparently PBR didn't watch the end of our upload. Then.
Ah, yes. There's a little surprise for you at the end. Go back and watch it on the MMA Holes, our main channel. Go back and watch that one.
If you get to see the bottom too. Not only the top, but I gave you the bottom. I give it all. I'm a giving person over here. So what do you think about this? What can you make of this, Jesse, after seeing this footage?
I remember the first time I watched it, and I was like, it doesn't surprise me. And I even asked you, I was like, what would make Ben Askren think that Jorge Masvidal would not have planned for that, you know? Like, it's such a smart move by Masvidal in his corner. I mean, you got to give 100% credit to them. But Ben Askren should have been smarter, I feel. I feel like he should have expected Masvidal to have planned, and he didn't.
Well, I don't think you can plan for this. I don't think you can
Masvidal
plan.
clearly did.
Well, yeah, he planned to throw the knee, but I don't even think Masvidal planned for this thing to actually knock him out and finish him. Like maybe stun him, maybe catch him on the way in.
He said on Hawani's show, he said that he intended to do the knee at first, but he said he was going to put in the knee and hope that it did some damage and just see where it goes from there.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. He wanted to catch him off guard and then stun him. But, I mean, finish him in 5 seconds. I think it was just perfectly placed, perfectly planned, and Ben Askren, there was nothing he could do. There really wasn't. I mean, he kind of like went for the takedown, but was kind of turning his head like, he's just charging at me. What's happening? Oh, I'm dead. Yeah. You know, it was kind of like that. I don't kill Ben Askren for this situation. And, see you later, Ben. I mean, that kind of knocks you down a couple of pedestals. How about Darren Till and who was the other one? Someone else reached out. Oh, it was Dylan Dennis. Darren Till and Dylan Dennis actually had nice things to say to Ben after the loss.
I have the one that Darren Till says in an article, but I don't have the Dylan Dennis one, I think.
What do you think about that? The two guys that he's been razzing the whole time. They're like, you'll be all right, buddy.
Yeah, I don't know.
I hope you're taking calls tonight. It's time to rant. Time to rant.
There's a lot.
Jesse's gonna something.
It's Chris is gonna rant. Chris is gonna rant.
Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Well, if someone saves the show, yeah, we will extend this puppy. Thank you for the donation. Appreciate that, Kevin. All right, let's see what the chat thinks about the Askren situation. Who should he fight next now? I mean, maybe you make the Darren Till fight now, right? Maybe that's the fight. When it comes to Masvidal, though, I think
give that guy a title shot.
Yeah, Colby Covington, you lost your chance. I think Usman is foaming at the mouth right now to fight Masvidal.
You know what they were talking about today, though, was Covington fighting Masvidal for the interim.
That's retarded. Well, who was talking about that?
On Ariel Helwani when Masvidal was... Oh, and when Covington was on.
Well,
when
he asked him if they would ever fight. I mean, they're friends.
Covington said that Dan Lambert had already had like ideas of how he would arrange their schedules in the gym and stuff like that. If Masvidal wins against Askren, which he did, and ends up facing Colby Covington for the title shot.
What?
That Masvidal would fight at certain times in the gym, and Covington would fight at certain times in the gym, so that they won't have to see each other train. Kind of like how Perry and Cowboy
wait,
did.
Hold on. What about Usman?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I don't know what's going to happen. I'm just saying that's what they were talking about.
No, Usman's fight. I mean, unless he gets hurt or some shit like that, then you have that opportunity.
Apparently it's possible that...
Well, first of all, Robbie Lawler is still fighting Colby Covington.
Masvidal versus Covington.
So, who the hell is saying that?
I was on Helwani today.
Yeah, but that's not going to happen.
No, there's no confirmation, but it is something that people are talking about.
Yeah, that's bullshit. That's fake news. Now that can happen if Marty Usman gets knocked off. That can happen. But there's no other reason for that to happen. Usman pulled out of his last fight, didn't he? What's that?
Didn't Usman pull out of his last fight?
He had the surgery. He says he'll be ready by November.
Well, says he'll be ready by November.
So wait, you're saying Usman's not going to fight?
I'm saying that anything can happen, and there's always potential for Usman to pull out last minute, and then Masvidal gets Covington.
Usman's not really known as a pull-out guy. I don't see him. No, he's going to be defending that belt. Usman.
I hope you're right about that.
I am right about that. What? Black don't crack. I don't see that at all. The question is who's going to fight Usman. That's the question here. If Colby Covington beats Robbie Lawler, who deserves a shot against Kamaru Usman?
That's a good question. Ferguson?
What?
El Kukui.
What the hell's going on tonight?
Life and Logic says El Kukui.
You got your not the MMA hole hat on tonight. You don't have your MMA hole hat on tonight.
No, I honestly want to see Usman Masvidal. If I had to be perfectly honest with you.
Usman Masvidal? You know what?
Usman Masvidal.
It's after watching that Askren thing, I kind of want to see that too. I feel that Usman is like, okay, I have a feeling this is going to be a little bit of an easier fight. He jokes around about Colby sucking and this and that, but he's the real deal. He's pretty damn good. And we've seen Masvidal at his worst. Now, the last two fights, he's looked great, but he beat Ben Askren. He doesn't think highly about Ben Askren, but he is undefeated. And, watching him fight against Damian Maia and watching him fight against Wonderboy, two beasts in totally different aspects. But I feel that if he fights an Usman, it's going to be tough. Usman's way more well-rounded, and let's come on Ronda. Sean McKenzie. Yeah! Sean McKenzie with the 12 spot coming on Ronda. Yeah! Come on, Ronda! Come on, Ronda! Come on, Ronda! Come on, Ronda!
I've been boycotting the UFC for a while now. It's about time US clowns join me. Jorge KO of Askren was lucky, because that doesn't work 99 out of 100 times. Fuck Jon Jones, he is on the decline. Colby ain't beating Lawler. Fuck off with that. LOL.
So, speaking of Colby beating Lawler, I just want to mention Block Legend in the chat said she only watched part of the show. I just watched it and it was hypothetical if Colby wins for Lawler. So thank you, Block Legend. Hypothetical.
Yeah, that's not happening. There's no way. If
Colby wins Lawler, that there was a chance that Masvidal fights Colby.
Well, it's easy to make. I mean, they're buddies, but then it makes sense. You throw a belt out there and fuck it. The buddies beat each other up. Then it makes sense. But Usman is going to be fighting in November.
Masvidal?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. What does the chat say? Now, Sean McKenzie said a couple of things. He said, Jon Jones washed up. No, I don't see that. We're going to be talking about Jon Jones in a second. But I'm not seeing that. Lawler beating Covington is a possibility. I still have to lean towards Colby Covington. He's been out for 14 months. So it's getting to the point where it's like, I don't know, man. But I'm still going to lean towards Colby in that fight. But let's see what's next for Usman when it comes to Masvidal, and let's see what the people in the future. Shut up, Chris.
Yes. Super chat.
My head's all over the place. What's going on here, PBR?
You tricked me. Must go to care now. Better pay my copay.
What? What's he talking about?
You tricked me.
Must go to care now? Better pay my copay.
Huh.
I don't know what that means, but thank you for the super chat.
Wonderful.
I'm all over the place. I got so much shit
What's
going on.
What's going on, Moss?
I don't know. I got a lot of shit going on in my fucking head. By the way, we've got 120 people.
Hanging with the boys.
The UFC shutting down our main channel. You can't stop us. You can't stop the holes over here. All right, let's go to the chat. Let's say hello to the peoples and see what they're thinking.
Flatter Thinking says he's out at least a year, then Chrome Teodome. Kainoto Lawler is going to nuke Colby. Colby won't be able to knock him out or keep him on the ground or out cardio him. Colby is done. He's going to pull out of the fight.
Wow.
Kevin from Chicago. Santos beat Jones with a torn ACL. No Pico Jones. Chrome Teodome. Yep, they said he will be out all of 2019. Sean McKenzie says the MMA holes Usman versus Jorge has to be the next fight. What about Woodley, says Austin Cook. PBR, you said go back and watch the end.
Wonderful.
Oh, yeah. We're talking about the end of, we did an upload explaining the copyright strike, and at the very end, and how dare you not watch the full video? How dare you? Shame. But
on the main channel.
On the main channel, check out our explanation, and you'll see what we're talking about. Thank you.
There's a little surprise for you guys who stuck it out till the end.
All right, back to the chat.
Sean McKenzie, I wouldn't be surprised if Colby Covington pussies out of the fight. Sean Hart with the fist bumps. Moss, I think we have.
On the second channel? You ready to beat the shit out of the ceiling?
I've got 50 likes. You've got 50 likes. We've got 50 likes. MMA holds 50 likes. I've got 50 likes. You've got 50 likes. We've got 50 likes. MMA holds 50 likes. I've got 50 likes. You've got 50 likes. We've got 50 likes. MMA holds 50 likes. The dislikes can choke on a dick.
All right. Thank you, guys. Appreciate the likes. Back to the chat.
But how is the strike legit? Well, it came from the return address was a UFC address, so it's definitely legit.
Yeah. To those of you, shut up, 50 likes. To those of you who are saying that it's the YouTube's fault, YouTube is partially at fault because they shouldn't let this happen. It's ridiculous that it happens. But it was from the UFC. It is confirmed. We sent an email to the UFC to lift the strike. And make sure you tag the UFC on social media. You know, free the MMA holes at the UFC. You know, you guys gave them a false copyright strike. There's nothing that we're doing. We're not showing. We're not letting you listen to the fights. We're just bullshitting about it. It's absolutely insane. So, fuck you, UFC, and your stupidity. I've had enough. I've had enough of your tomfoolery. All right, so we spoke about the Masvidal thing, and it's fantastic. 5 seconds takes out Askren. Let's talk about the co-main event, and we're going to get to Bones, and I feel like the John Bones thing is going to be something that people are going to be fired up about. But let's talk about something that's pretty convincing.
All right.
Amanda Nunes smoking Holly Holm.
Mm-hmm.
Smoking her. Solidifying her, taking everyone out, and beats her out of her own game. Amanda Nunes, what are you going to throw in front of her next?
Well, I do have something in the news today about that, but Dana White does want a Cyborg Nunes rematch if Cyborg is willing to take that rematch. But if we remember a video that Cyborg posted not too long ago, that she claims Dana White is saying all this stuff, but they're not really going to give her the rematch unless she re-signs a new contract, which I don't think is something she wants to do.
Well, Cyborg versus Nunes seems like the rematch needs to happen. I guess that's the only thing right now. But she smoked Cyborg too, so it's like, fuck. Is there anyone? I see Stelio 2 says we shouldn't even cover the UFC on here. Should we stop covering the UFC?
Oh, stop it.
You think we should just talk about something else?
You guys still love the sport.
I do. So. But fuck them. Like, it's ridiculous. Should maybe they gave us a strike because
you gotta say
this is number one bullshit.
It is number one bullshit. You're right. Maybe what happened was our play-by-play was so good that they got confused. They actually thought they were watching the fights.
Maybe. Yeah.
The UFC's like, holy shit.
For the early prelims.
Yeah. The play-by-play for the early prelims was so good that they had to strike us. You fucking assholes. Anyway, all right. Amanda Nunes, Cyborg. It's got to be, right? The rematch.
Well, yeah, theoretically.
Why?
Well, Cyborg claims that Dana White won't actually give her that rematch until she signs a new contract.
This is number one bullshit.
Well, she should sign a new contract.
Well, then she'd be stuck in the UFC for even longer, and I think she's hitting that point where she either wants to move on to another promotion or, kind of hang it up.
What? How about this, Cyborg? Cris Cyborg, I hope you're watching. I know you've jumped in the chat before, and thank you for doing that. This is not the MMA hole, so I don't know if you found us here. But anyway, Cris Cyborg, I don't want you to re-sign with the UFC. In fact, anyone that's contract's up, don't sign with the UFC anymore. Fuck them. How dare they copyright strike us? So, Cris Cyborg, in the honor of the MMA holes, you do not sign any papers unless we get our channel back. How about that, Chris? We have the same name, for God's sakes. Right?
This is number one bullshit.
Fair enough.
Well, I think isn't her name Christina or Christine or something?
That's Chris. Okay, so anyway, and shout out to Cris Cyborg, the best of the ladies. I don't care. Amanda Nunes is fantastic, but I love Cyborg. All right, if there's no Cris Cyborg, do you do Shevchenko again? I mean, for the trilogy?
Really?
Not really a trilogy, but the third time.
Against Nunes?
I mean, what do you do?
Why?
Shevchenko might say, fuck it, I'm going to go back to 135.
Honestly, if Cyborg doesn't get that rematch, she doesn't resign.
Durandamy, the winner of the fights this weekend. Marky Rowe.
Let's talk about my beautiful Brazilian who won me over $1,400.
Oh, shit. Thank you for the donation. That's right. Marky Rowe bet on Jon Jones and Amanda Nunes.
Nice job, Marky.
Got that parlay going. Shout out to Marky Rowe. Got the BetDSI shit going on. And let's play a word from our sponsor. BetDSI, $1,400, Marky Rowe.
Just because you're not in Vegas doesn't mean you can't bet on MMA and UFC. BetDSI offers online wagering and has been paying winners for 20 years. Use the link in the description with promo code MMAHOLE, all one word, and get up to 100% bonus match as well as $25 as a welcome bonus today. BetDSI also offers betting options for everything, including NFL, NCAA football, NBA, NHL, UFC, and all the major sports, politics, reality TV, esports, virtually everything. We play there ourselves and recommend BetDSI if you want to add some excitement to the fights or any other sports you are watching. Once again, go to BetDSI with the link in the description using promo code MMAHOLE, all one word, and get this limited time 100% bonus offer as well as $25 as a welcome bonus to make some extra cash on the sports you know and love. It's only a game until you bet it at BetDSI.
Yeah, BetDSI. Wonderful, wonderful. Got some fights this weekend. Make some money like Marky Rowe.
Wonderful, wonderful.
And congratulations. All right, so Marky Rowe getting, did we just miss the fucking, wait, was that Marky Rowe still in there? That was Marky Rowe. Okay, so thank you again, Marky Rowe, for that donation. So one more thing I want to touch on here. Who is the next for Amanda Nunes? Well, maybe, just maybe, you could say one of these two ladies that are fighting this weekend. We'll be doing a live fight reaction on this channel if we don't get our main one back. So fuck it. Let's just do it, the party over here. What about Durandamy? Being having another opportunity at a belt.
Well, Aspen Ladd's been on a pretty good run lately. I don't see why she wouldn't stand a chance. But definitely, I don't know about this one, Moss. I'm thinking it's going to be Cyborg or bust. I think that Nunes is going to close the 145 division if Cyborg doesn't resign.
Mm-hmm. All right, so here's the deal. Durandamy Ladd winner or Cris Cyborg? Who would you like to see fight Amanda the Lioness Nunes in her next competition? Let us know in the chat.
Sean McKenzie, Nunes versus CM Punk, rolling on the floor laughing my ass off, King Your Mother's Ring. Time to pick new sport, Chris. UFC hates you now.
I know, it's fucking stupid.
This is number one bullshit.
That dude, Jarena Bars, Drunk Savage, Fook GDR. Let's go, lad. Live and Logic UFC is watching us. James, Sean Hart, not shit, man, you. D3C, nice. Good thing for no upsets. James Ladd got this fight. Life and Logic UFC. Fook you?
Wonderful.
They're fooking the UFC in the chat.
Says Cyborg just wants his lad. And Post Reloaded says her wife.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, you think Amanda Nunes versus, well, her wife just took an L, so she's out of the picture. All right. Let's move on to the main event now, and we're going to get into the news as well. The main event, Johnny Bones Jones versus Thiago Santos. Actually, before we get to that real quick, do have to talk about, Michael Chiesa beat Sanchez, which is very impressive over there. His performance is impressive, but Diago is a little long in the tooth, and I feel that was supposed to happen the way it did. Diago did not get finished, so credit to him for staying alive, but Michael Chiesa dominated him. Mm-hmm. And Arnold Allen, someone to look at. This kid is 15-1 right now. Looked fantastic in his unanimous win. So keep an eyeball on him. He might be a player down the road. Blachowicz smashed Rockhold, and I just want to get a quick opinion. Do you think this is it for Luke Rockhold with his fourth broken jaw?
Yeah, I think he's on that. He's on that path to throwing in the gloves.
Throwing in the loves?
The gloves.
Oh, I think I meant the loves since he's attractive.
The gloves.
Oh, I think he said loves. Is he going to throw the loves in?
Yeah, he's going to throw the loves in.
Yeah, he got fucking smoked. Blachowicz just took it to him. And, the beginning of the fight, a little competitive, and then, boom, Blachowicz just turned it up, got the finish, the ground and pound. Rockhold's jaw was sideways. And let me know in the chat, is Luke Rockhold done? Is he done, Jesse?
Yes, sir.
Yes? Yes, sir. Or no?
Chrome G Dome, he's on that Jimmy Manoa track of getting knocked out every fight. Kainoto 74, Luke has his heart set on the runway, he's done. Heavy Microgrow, Luke is a fluke. Vlad, give him Yol again so he can really retire.
I tell you what, Blachowicz really, he cracked him. Yoel whipped his head back a little bit more, but Blachowicz really, he took it to him.
Wolves Shan says Rockhold came out on the offense and looked strong in the first round, but that kick after the bell changed everything. Sean Hart, yes sir. Life and Logic send Luke to Bellator. Pythagoras says as long as they pay him, no. Drunk Savage, he's done. Let him go be a male hooker.
Ooh.
King, more underwear gigs for Luke. White Neff, I think he will come back for one more Weidman versus Rockhold and let them both walk into the sunset.
I feel that Weidman is chasing him.
Yeah, they were talking about that, I think, like 2 or 3 days ago, or before the fight. They were talking about
I think he's done.
Weidman and Rockhold.
I think Rockhold's done.
Well, Weidman said that he wanted to fight Rockhold and then Jon Jones. He wanted to go after Jon Jones.
Yeah. Weidman was trying to lobby for his way up, and so was Rockhold. But Rockhold, I think he's done. I honestly think, how much more abuse can you take to your face? You got so many things, promising things with your stupid modeling and whatever. Maybe you could start a clothing line or, I don't know, male dildos line. I have no idea. But I think Rockhold could do other things. Bang Demi Lovato's and just have fun doing that other shit. I'm not, his best days are way behind him. Once Bisping beat him, he in the second fight, he broke him. Like, it was just like, it wasn't the same Rockhold. We haven't seen, like, he looked good against David Branch, and that was it. Like, it wasn't what he used to be. And I don't know. I think, Chris, your days are numbered. Jon Jones versus Thiago Santos went to a decision. Jon Jones gets the win, and a lot of people are very fiery about this, saying that Thiago Santos won this fight. Jesse, who do you think won this fight?
You know what's weird is I don't want to give my opinion on this one just to be safe, because I can see why people are leaning on both ends. And quite honestly, I don't even know where I stand.
Super chat.
Super chat.
Got to love the hashtag not hammer holes because they keep it going for the community and the fighters.
Woo!
Yeah, that's right. Yes.
Wonderful.
Yeah, we're not slowing down. The UFC can try to stop us as many times. We'll have Not the MMA Holes, and then we'll make a channel called Really Not the MMA Holes and Extremely Not the MMA Holes, and we'll just keep on doing those channels.
Not the MMA Holes.
We're talking about their sport for free. It's ridiculous. Thank you. Appreciate the donation. Back to Jesse.
No, I was just saying I see where people stand on both ends as to why I'm looking out every time.
Oh my God, it's the UFC donating.
We own Conor and Artem's likeness. Take those pictures down at ASAP and we'll consider rescinding the strike. Also tell the boy in your chat who's from Chicago to shut the hell up about Santos being robbed before I wash his mouth out with soap.
I think the UFC's threatening us.
Yeah.
Thank you, the UFC, but how dare you take our channel down? They're saying that Conor is the reason why we got the copyright strike. Maybe it is. Maybe it's Artem. You know, you would think we'd be bulletproof from the strike with Artem Lobov above your head, you know? You think the Artem Lobov would just swipe the strike away, but apparently he's not that powerful. How dare you, UFC? You fucking assholes. All right, so let me hear in the chat your opinion on this. I believe that there are a lot of people that don't like Jon Jones. And I'm not the biggest Jon Jones fan, but I'm a little selfish right now. I want to see Jon fight those bigger fights down the road. I do want to see the trilogy at heavyweight with DC. It's not a trilogy, but the third fight at heavyweight with DC. I want to see it as DC's last fight. I don't know why. I'm selfish. I want to see Jon Jones at heavyweight, period. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm down for that. I want to see him get his head knocked off by fucking Ngannou. I'd love to see that. You know, there's so many things I'd love to see. So him winning this fight makes me happy. Now, watching this fight, I said it before, because say it again. You got to beat the champ. And I know people are talking about Cejudo versus Mighty Mouse. That was such a close fight. Did he really beat the champ? In this fight here, I do not believe Santos did enough. I
agree. I agree to that. Here's the thing. Santos is a black belt in Muay Thai. Like, this guy, he knows what he's doing, especially on the feet. So, Jon Jones he literally fought Santos with his own game, pretty much. Kind of like what Nunes did with Holm. He fought him with his own game, and that's why Jones's leg was all fucked up at the end, too. So, there's a part of me that's like, there's just no doubt that Jones won this fight. Just no doubt at all. But then there's that other side of me that's like, did Santos do enough?
No, I don't think he did. He won maybe 2 rounds, you know? Maybe he won 2 rounds. I had him win him only 1 round. But Jon Jones, it was surprising that he didn't try to get it to the feet. But, I mean, when you're fighting a guy like Santos, there's a lot of threats in those hands. And the way Santos' timing is, like, you could tell Jon had some problems. And he couldn't get in there for that. And he just like, fuck it, let's keep this on the feet. Santos did hurt his knee, and you saw him buckling throughout the whole fight. He had some moments where he looked like he put Jon in a little bit of trouble, but there was never enough trouble. Like, Jon always shook it off him, seemed fine. He kept him at his distance. And a lot of people like Jon barely threw a punch. What about his kicks? But they don't count? Like, I don't understand. It's like,
kicks
it's only punches?
Yeah.
Jon he was working that midsection like crazy. Like, he was constantly hitting them to the belly. He was working the legs. You saw the damage on the legs, and you saw the knee problem. I don't know if that was before or if it happened during the fight, but it was a knee problem there. And I think Jon did enough. I really do. So it wasn't the greatest fight in the world, but we move on. I saw Jon on Twitter calling out Dominic Reyes, and I'm just like scratching my head now. I'm like, is Jon looking to go for what he thinks are the easier fights in the division? Not like Reyes is a layup, because he's got a fantastic record. But I just feel like he's kind of, I don't know, he's picking people that he feels he could beat. Mm-hmm. Are you getting that?
I think that Jones is just so good, and I just feel it's not people that they think he can beat. It's just they haven't found that one that can beat him. So I think he likes to play with his food, but he knows the danger that's in his opponents. I don't think he takes that lightly. You know, he's not like disrespecting his opponents in any way.
Think about this. He's like calling out Adesanya, who fights a weight class below him. His last 2 fights were guys that used to fight at a weight class below him. It seems like he's picking on the little guys here, right? And I'm like, pick on a Rakic, like call out Johnny Walker. Say, come on, step up to the plate, even though they're not ready for those fights yet.
They might be.
He shouldn't be talking shit at all. He's the champ, right? He should just be sitting there on his throne.
He doesn't really talk that much shit.
He did this weird tweet yesterday calling out Dominic Reyes. It was bizarre.
What?
Yeah, it was bizarre. Like, it was totally like out of left field. Don't call anyone out. You're the champion. Just sit there and defend your belt. I mean, I don't know. It's bizarre. But let me know in the chat. Do you think Jon Jones won or Santos? Let me know in the chat. I want to hear your voices right now.
Wonderful.
Staley Vigo, real life Vigo bro. Post reloaded, picking on little guys, Reyes, and I missed the rest. Sorry. Joe Rod, I only had Santos winning one round. LOL, the Jones haters are delusional. Talking sports, Reyes versus Jones would be fun. Drew L, Santos 125. Boss Kogar, Bones, D3C, got a hype fights up. William Carbajal.
Did you guys see Reyes' last fight? He looked like complete horseshit. He looked great up until that fight, and I feel like he got exposed. He barely won it. So I think John saw holes in this guy's game. He's like, I could piece this guy up. That's what I'm thinking. Reyes is number 4. That's the only guy in the top 5 he hasn't fought. I guess that's a good point. Let's look over at the rankings and see for ourselves. Then we're going to get into the news. Hopefully someone saves the show tonight because I do want to open up the phone lines. There's a lot of show to get to. So hopefully someone can save that shite. Let's go to the rankings over here.
Jon Jones tweeted, Stylebender was asked a question about me, and the first thing he could think of was my cakes at weigh-ins. Then went on to talk about how I'm built like a Dorito with chopsticks. No comment needed.
Yo, why is he worrying about that? He's the fucking, the GOAT of light heavyweight. This guy could be the greatest of all time. What is he worrying about Stylebender? The guy's not even a real champ. He's a interim champ. It's bizarre. Anyway, all right, so he did beat Anthony Smith, Thiago Santos. Dominic Reyes is at number 4, so I guess he's the one, right? He beat Gustafsson. He retired. Man, that sucks. He's the guy. I wish Corey Anderson would get a pop. I would like to see that. But yeah, I guess Dominic Reyes is the guy.
So Jones is turning down Walker. Someone suggested Walker to him, and he said, you guys want me to fight someone who is unknown to the general public and hasn't even fought a top 10 opponent yet. Think about it. Besides, if I beat him in December, what would everyone have to look forward to?
Yeah,
so he's not shooting it down. But he wants to wait until Walker's up and fighting a top 10 opponent.
Walker's dangerous, but he's not right there yet. And Rakic, I don't know how everyone's fucking overlooking this kid. You got 2 people over here that are very interesting. Make you lick your chops when you see Rakic and Walker. Hopefully they don't pair these 2 up against each other. That would be brutal. But I'm hoping that down the road we do get to see that. I think right now the only thing for Johnny Bones Jones is to go up. That's what I'm thinking. Now, he waits to see. I think he should wait to see what happens with DC and Stipe. When is that fight? The DC Stipe fight?
August.
Let's see. When is that thing? Is that in the summer?
I think it's in August.
Let's go check that out. Unless he doesn't want to wait. He wants to stay active. He does seem to like to be active, so I can't kill him for that. But let's see.
241 in August. Yeah, 17th.
Oh, it is in August. August 17th. Yeah, so Bones is going to wait, right? He's going to wait. See what that turns into. If it's Stipe winning that fight, I don't think Jones should move up. But if DC wins that fight, I feel that's more enticing. Payday wise, he beat him twice already. He can get be the double champ, retire Daniel Cormier, really shut him up.
Yeah.
I think that's very juicy for Jon Jones. So I think he sits, he waits, maybe plays around on Twitter, and that's probably what he's doing, and then takes it from there. So you know what? And that's what's funny about this show. We do this live, and sometimes I think about it a little bit more, and it makes a little bit more sense. I kind of get it now why he's shooting his mouth. He's got nothing to do until August, so he's just having fun.
Not for nothing, the August card is pretty fire.
What do we got there?
Cormier, Miocic, Diaz, and Pettis. Yo Romero, Paulo Costa. Rafael Sunsal, Corey Sandhagen. Poliana Botello and Marina Moroz. Derek Brunson and Ian Heinisch, that other up-and-comer. Those are the big ones that I see right now. There's a couple of other fights on there that they're still exciting. Sadiq Youssef is pretty exciting to watch. He's only got 1 loss on his record, so yeah, it's gonna be a pretty good card.
What do you think about? Some people aren't interested in seeing the third fight with John and DC, and I understand.
I don't blame you.
DC won technically twice. I mean, lost twice, but the second one was scrapped, right? So it's really once. We got Vlad coming in.
Israel, a decorated striker, gets pieced up by a 5'9" junkie wrestler and thinks he would outclass Jon Jones. He's smoking crack.
I 100% agree. I concur. She don't.
Gastelum has a heavy chin, and he's an extremely well-rounded fighter. I mean, that's not really a fair judgment. I disagree. That's not fair at all. He's a very well-rounded fighter, and for you to like downgrade Gastelum's abilities against Adesanya is completely ignorant. It's completely ridiculous.
Wow, you love this style, Ben. You love that guy. By the way, he seems like a sweetheart. Everyone that interviews him says he's like the nicest guy in the world. He's the guy we should probably hunt down to get on. But I think he sucks.
Well,
I think
you know what I
he's
say to that,
highly
Moss?
overrated.
Moss,
Yeah.
you suck.
No, okay, fair enough. I know that. I do suck. If I didn't suck, we wouldn't have got that copyright strike, so I agree. So Vlad's laughing. But what do you think about the third fight with DC versus Jon Jones? I feel it only makes sense at heavyweight. Like, that's the only thing that makes sense. But some people are like, we saw him twice.
Yeah,
we don't want to see it again.
I think I get why people want to see it at a heavyweight, because DC's even better at heavyweight, you know? So there's always that chance that I think he wins against Jones. I just think Jones is his kryptonite. I think no matter what weight class he's in, Jones is going to dominate, and it's sad to say, because I've always had DC's back, but I just think that Jones is just that kryptonite. DC's never going to conquer that. I think he just needs to leave it alone. They fought twice. DC lost both times. Just leave it. Move on.
All right, that's fair enough. I see it completely differently.
Yes.
Who is that, God?
Super chat.
What do we got here? Brett Baratheon.
Izzy is getting annoying. Quick no chance versus Bones.
So there we go. It's Brett. I'm with you, Brett. But not the JBH.
I don't think he's annoying.
So I'm thinking of the build-up, right? They got so much footage of the shit talking. They hit each other so far below the belt. You've seen the shoving at the face-offs. You've seen all this bullshit. It's going to be juicy. It's going to be cringy as fuck. It's going to be fiery leading up to that fight. DC has never lost at heavyweight. The only person that he's lost to ever at light heavyweight was Jon Bones Jones. He lost once. The second time was controversial because it got pulled away and the picograms or whatever the fuck you want to say it is, tainted supplements. But the lead up, it would be so beautiful. And the chance that DC can retire off of that redemption win.
It's fantastic.
Full belly DC. I love everything about that fight.
Yep.
I love the fact that both fighters are going to get paid. You may not like Jon Jones, but these guys deserve to get paid big bucks for something like that. We're going to do good. They're going to do good. I think it's going to be a spectacle. I love it.
So if we're looking at it from that standpoint, from a business standpoint or whatever, I get it. That's a completely respectable opinion. Like, I 100% see why you would be excited. I would be excited to see that happen if they announced it. I'm just saying, I just don't know if it's in DC's best interest, nor Jon Jones. Why would it be in Jon Jones's best interest, honestly?
Jon Jones has a lot to lose if you think about it, because everything gets thrown away. But he could always say, well, DC's never lost at heavyweight. I fought at a weight class I shouldn't be fighting at. He could make all these excuses. He's a million excuses he could make.
He could definitely add to the excitement for sure. But I don't feel it's in DC's best interest. You
don't think it's in DC? I think it's in Jones.
Both.
So you don't think it's in both?
Here's why I don't think it's in Jones.
What about this? The money.
No, money's fantastic, but how far can money take you if you're standing in a position in a division that you don't belong in? Jones wins that title at heavyweight. Fantastic. He's got two titles. It's like, oh my God, But now Jones has to fight heavyweights to retain that title. And how many of those heavyweights can he fight?
He doesn't have to do anything, Jones.
He does.
No, you don't.
He does.
You don't have to do jack shit.
People are going to challenge him for that heavyweight belt.
And he could just go right back to light heavyweight if he wants.
So what's he going to do? He's just going to hold on to it and just move on?
No, he's going to vacate it. That's probably what's going to happen.
So my point is, why would you... I get why he would fight DC to kind of end the trilogy, to make some money and stuff. But then to vacate the belt, it just doesn't make any sense.
Conor did it. A lot of fighters have done it.
I just don't think it makes sense.
Durand to me just got rid of her belt. She was just like, I don't want to fight anymore. I feel this. Jon Jones goes up there. He makes the money. He's a double champ, right? And then he's like, all right, I'm going to go back to light heavyweight and defend my belt. And then he's not going to go back up to heavyweight until like the end of his career. Because why should he go back up there and risk anything? You go there, you swipe that belt like a fucking ninja in the night. You come back to light heavyweight. You defend your belt at light heavyweight and be like, fucking vacate it. Strip me of it. I didn't lose it. And he could always say he's the double champ. You know what I'm saying? If he goes up to light heavyweight and he stays there, that doesn't make any sense because it's too early for that.
Yeah.
I feel like down the road that's something he can do. But go up, you snatch that belt, you go back down, you stay in your little cubby. Wipe out that whole division, all the young kids coming up, and then you go back up to light heavy. I think that's the plan. I don't know. What do I know? All right, let's do this, guys. Let's go into the news. Before we get into the news, we're going to play a word from our next sponsor, Timeless CBD. Thank you for joining us. 181 people. Damn, on Not the MMA Holes. You guys are showing up strong. Thank you.
Timeless CBD sees a gap in the industry between quality and affordability. This is a CBD company that strives to make top-notch products at prices people can afford. All of Timeless CBD's products are carefully handmade at their facility. Each and every batch is third-party tested. Visit Timeless CBD with the link in the description and get your hands on only the best CBD products, such as full-spectrum oils, gummies, pain salves, freezes, BCAAs, and more. Use promo code MMAHOLE, all one word, for up to 20% off of your order. We use Timeless CBD on a daily, and we haven't felt this good in years. We recommend Timeless CBD to anyone seeking treatment for numerous conditions. Once again, visit Timeless CBD with the link in the description and use promo code MMAHOLE, all one word, and get up to 20% off of your entire purchase.
All right, Timeless. I just had a little droppage before we went live. It was wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful.
Thank you. Timeless CBD, link in the description, and shout out to our sponsors. All right, so we got some news to get into. There's some great comments in the chat. If what happens with 5 minutes left in the show, the donations can save the show. So whatever you donate with 5 minutes left when we start this clock, the amount you donate is the amount we go on longer. Anything helps, and I'd love to take some phone calls. I see what's going on in that chat, and you guys have been fantastic. I see all the point of views. The Jon Jones thing seems super fiery. I love this conversation. Hold those thoughts, but let's get into the news on the MMAholes.com. I'm going to flip through some stories here.
According to ESPN.com, Masvidal's 5-second KO is the fastest in UFC history. Jorge Masvidal scored the fastest knockout in UFC history Saturday night, finishing Ben Askren just 5 seconds into their welterweight bout at UFC 239 at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Masvidal, who's 34-13, ran directly at Askren, who's 19-1, to open the bout and landed a flying knee as Askren ducked his head. Askren immediately stiffened up before dropping to the canvas. Masvidal landed a couple more strikes on the ground, but Askren appeared to be already out cold. Askren remained on the canvas for several minutes and appeared still dazed when he finally stood up. He was led out of the octagon with assistance from his team and was transported to a local hospital. Askren told ESPN's Ariel Helwani late Saturday night that he was discharged and was attending his after party. Askren also took to Twitter afterward to sum up his knockout loss. He tweeted out, "Well, that sucked." Masvidal and Askren had a contentious build-up to Saturday's fight, throwing out their share of taunts and insults at each other during pre-fight promotional events. The taunting continued in the immediate aftermath of Saturday's fight, when Masvidal got down on all fours next to an unconscious Askren and began slapping the ground. Masvidal said he had no remorse for the strikes that came for Askren after he was knocked unconscious. When a reporter suggested that some people felt the punches were unnecessary, Masvidal shot back, quote, "They were super necessary. The referee hadn't pulled me off, and my job is to hit somebody until the referee pulls me off. So to those people, I would say maybe don't watch MMA and go back to soccer." Dwayne Ludwig held the previous UFC record for the fastest knockout in 6 seconds against Jonathan Goulet in 2006.
All right, so there we go. Masvidal breaking records over here, and it looks like he's going to march his way to a title shot, pending on what happens with Colby versus Robbie Lawler. But man, oh man, this guy Masvidal, it's funny, man. He's been fighting forever. What do they say, like 50 some odd fights or some shit like that? He's been doing street fights and whatever. I got to meet him 3 years ago, and was the nicest guy, but you can tell this guy's got the street inside his eyeballs. And he kind of was like hitting a lull, especially like after that Wonderboy fight, you know, the Maya fight. It was just kind of like, this guy's just a gatekeeper. And then boom, out of nowhere, ATT revs it up, and he's looked like a completely different monster as of late. So shout out to Masvidal for turning it around. We've seen Robbie Lawler do it. We've seen so many fighters turn their careers around. So every time you say, hey, this guy's washed up, that's it for this one, boom, they shut you up. Masvidal is just another case of that. Is it the team? Is it the fighter? Is it both? What do you think, Jess?
I think it's a combination, because you can never just blame the fighter for something. The fighter has coaches and people in their corner telling them what to do, and a lot of fighters listen to their corner. Some fighters don't. They're really stubborn. They make their own decisions, but I don't think you can ever just blame the fighter. The fighter's there to put in all the work they possibly can, to listen to their coaches, to listen to their corner, and do as they're told and win the fight. And sometimes it just doesn't work out that way. So I say blame everybody.
Let me know in the chat what you guys think. Is it the team, the coaches? Who is it? Who is it? Masvidal? Who is it? I see in the chat, Ozzy Cap Moss said that Alonzo won the home run derby, Jesse.
Woo!
How about that? The New York Mets, I know this is completely related. I took her to her first baseball game. They suck, the Mets. They always suck. But this kid Alonzo has 30 home runs already.
Woo.
He goes to the home run derby. He smacks it out of the park and wins.
It was fantastic.
Alonzo. Maybe we got some brightness in our future. Let's go Mets. All right, let's see what the chat says about Masvidal. Team, is it him? Who can you blame for his success?
Joel Miller, he was saying that when he did that reality TV show, he was away with his own thoughts, no TV or phone. Lee W, I'll still have faith in Bounce Back Ben. Sean McKenzie, at least you're not a goddamn Yankees fan.
Wonderful.
Jess watched the Mike Brown interview with Ari about the Colby Masvidal, kind of opposite what Colby was saying. Okay. Mike Brown with Ariel Helwani. All right, let me write that down real quick. Mike Brown's
awesome.
Did we watch that? We didn't.
I got to beat him too. He's such a cool dude.
We didn't watch that, did we? No.
No, we didn't watch Mike Brown.
He's
a really cool dude. Former fighter. Guys put together some squad at the ATT gym.
So what, he's saying the opposite of what they were saying with Colby, that he would not be fighting Masvidal?
Yeah, that's not happening. I mean, it has to line up perfectly. All right, a couple more comments from the chat. We'll go back into another story. Man, oh man, tonight's going fast. Hopefully someone saves that show.
Chrome T Dome, what's wrong with being fans of the most winningest team in history?
Everything.
Joe Leonard, it's a funny thing being a fighter. It's not a team sports, and yet there are team aspects. Ultimately, the credit and the blame rest solely on our shoulders.
Yeah, right.
Staley Vigo says he has a nice beard. Internal with the smug face.
Mm-hmm.
Unamused.
This is number one bullshit.
Ngannou and Daniel Cormier standing next to each other over here. It looks like Ngannou's shirt's a little too snug for him. What's going on here?
It's form-fitting.
I don't know.
It's perfect.
It's not looking... It looks like a fucking sausage.
Moss, I said it's perfect.
It looks like he's...
Francis Ngannou makes form-fitting clothes look good.
He looks a little pudgy in this, doesn't he? Usually he's like shredded.
Never. He is shredded under there. Trust me.
I don't know, man.
He's shredded.
Looks like me in a tight shirt. I look like a fucking doughboy.
He's good.
All right.
He's good. He's cool.
Baby gap. Baby Ngannou gap. All right.
According to MMA Fighting, Daniel Cormier on a potential Francis Ngannou fight, saying it's not a fight that I would have much hesitation in taking.
Wait, what?
Yes.
He wouldn't have hesitation in taking... Well, Before you get into the story. This is an interesting one. Go ahead.
All right. With UFC 239 and International Fight Week now in the books, all the eyes in the MMA world turn to the rest of the summer fight schedule, and the biggest fight on the horizon is the rematch between Cormier and Miocic for the heavyweight title at UFC 241. Cormier, of course, was supposed to face Brock Lesnar, but when Lesnar retired from MMA, that put a hitch in his giddy-up, so now he's rematching Miocic. And though the fight is less lucrative than a Lesnar bout, Cormier says it does have its own benefits, especially since this may be Cormier's final fight before retiring himself.
You know what this looks like? The black version of Twins. You know what? You ever hear the movie Twins with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito? This is the black version of it. Yeah.
Wonderful.
You got to see the poster. I'm going to pull up a poster while you're doing that. Go ahead, tell the story.
Cormier has been threatening to retire for some time now. He initially set a hard date for March, but a back injury caused him to push back his plans for at least one more fight. However, should he get past Miocic, there's another fight down the line that's already has fans buzzing about with heavyweight destroyer Francis Ngannou. Ngannou has been on a tear recently, knocking out Curtis Blades, Cain Velasquez, and Junior Dos Santos in a combined 2 minutes and 22 seconds. Ngannou's run has everyone talking about his next shot at the title, ostensibly against the winner of Cormier and Miocic. But as great as his recent run has been, Cormier says he wouldn't hesitate to take that fight. Of course, Cormier has a fair amount of experience taking on terrifying power punchers. He twice fought Anthony Johnson, submitting him in the third and second rounds respectively, and Ngannou would present many of the same challenges as Johnson. And based on Ngannou's failed title bid against Miocic, Cormier thinks that it would be pretty easy to replicate his own victory.
Okay. More importantly, Jesse, check this out. Okay, here's Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger. We just got to get him sunglasses. What do you think, Jess?
Fantastic.
Right?
It's great.
It's fucking dead on. Look at that. You just got to put... It's the Black Twins. There it is.
It's great.
What do you think? I'd watch that movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm in. All right. I would like to see that fight. That's actually bizarre that Cormier is actually entertaining that fight. I feel, though... I mean, Ngannou's got that crazy power, but it's got to play right into Cormier's game. You know, if he can get close and dump him on his back, I don't see Ngannou getting back up. You know, that'd be a fun one to watch. I hate that Cormier is getting old. I hate that he's 40. You know, I wish he was younger. I want more. Cormier fighting is fun to watch. I love watching that fat son of a bitch in the cage beating people up. I love it.
Yeah.
I just love watching it.
Why do you say it like that?
His record is fantastic. He still feels like an underdog, though, because he's just like, he looks like Carl Weathers. He gets in there, and he fucking puts on a performance. I love rooting for the guy. He's the everyman's guy. You know, you might think he's cringy on the mic or whatever. Say what you will. But he's a fat slob that beats people up in the cage. I love it.
Why do you talk about him like that?
No, that's a compliment. He's not fucking an Adonis, for God's sakes.
Nobody calls someone a fat slob and says it's a compliment.
Listen, the guy knows he's fat. It's not like it's a
He's not that fat, though.
That's like, it's like saying you're not, Chris, you don't look like a Shar-Pei. I look like a goddamn Shar-Pei. I'm all old and wrinkly. It is what it is. The fuck?
Wonderful.
Who cares? It just looks, for God's sakes. I love it, though. I love the whole DC thing. And I hope when he retires, I hope we get to see Twins 2 in theaters near you. All right, let's save the show, guys. Let's start the clock. I need a savior. I need someone to save us right now. We barely got into any news. We got so much to talk about. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
You have 5 minutes.
5 minutes on the clock. 166 people watching our second channel. Thank you so much for joining us. When you donate, put save the show, and we will go that much longer. Let's have a long one tonight.
12.
Oh, yeah! Michael Anzalone with a proper 12. 30 more minutes. Yes! Holy shit!
Yes! Proper 12.
Wow.
Chris and Jesse, keep your head up. We are all going to get through this. We love you.
Thank you.
MMA Holes Unite.
Your
MMA
saviors are
Holes
going
for
to
life.
save the show.
Gold//pure gold.
Holy shit. We got two things coming at once. Your savior is going to save the show. That's Joe Leonard and Michael Anzalone with the $30 proper 12 donation. Holy shit. That's 32 more minutes onto the show. Thank you. Wow. That's what happens when we're on the second channel. We got too many ways to get donations. Oh shit. Coming through. They're coming in hot. Colby coming in. All right, what does Vlad have to say?
Twins 2 staring Callum Mack and Carl Winslow. Save the show.
Right? Don't you see it?
Wonderful.
I see it. Twins 2.
All right, we're at 37.
All right, 37 more minutes. Thank you, Holes. I appreciate that. Let's get into another story. With 3 minutes and 17 seconds left in the show, you could extend it even more. Thank you so much. Whoa.
Yeah.
Super chat.
What do we got?
Save the show, Fook can YouTube.
There you go. Fook, UFC,
Wait,
and
who's
YouTube.
that?
Daniel Miranda with the 2.
Wonderful.
All right, what does that put us? 39. Oh, shit.
Please, I'm begging you. Don't ever buy another UFC pay-per-view again.
Oh, shit. Jessica G dropping a 5 and putting the JBH face twist.
Pussies. I don't want your money. Pussies,
Oh, my God.
Pussies.
We're going long tonight.
Pussies. I don't want your money.
Pussies.
Money. Money. Pussies. You're a moron. I don't want your money.
Wow.
Money.
Lurking in the shadows, Jessica G.
Pussy. I don't give a
I don't give a fook.
We're at an hour and 29 minutes.
STS. I see all.
Yeah! STS. Jessica G. Everyone for donating. Thank you so much. How many minutes?
An hour and 29 minutes.
Wonderful.
An hour and 29 more minutes. So thank you very much. Look at that. The MMA Hole's pulling through. We really do appreciate all the donations you are.
Wonderful.
Wow. That's making it rain here. How about this, guys? We're on the second channel tonight.
Yeah.
We got 120 people still hanging with the boys. The support of the donators, the people that like these videos and share these videos, it is crazy. We were at a low during UFC 239. We were pissed.
I got to tell you, the stress over the last 2 days or since that happened, I think we want to tear each other's heads off. I think we're at that point now.
Well, no, she wants to tear my head off. I'm good. I'm fine. I keep it all inside this head.
No,
And I want to
you
blow
don't.
up. I want to explode.
No, you do not. Oh.
But thank you so much. I appreciate all the support. And if you are new to this, finding us on Not the MMA Holes, make sure you subscribe to the main channel. We have 23,596. Wow, look at this. We could let dragons fly twice. Link in the description to the main channel and 5 more for this channel.
Woo.
It's crazy, man. Subscribe to the main channel. We'll get the strike off of it. We got it UFC 239. UFC is there's something else, man. All right, so we got a lot of stuff to get to. We're going to open up the phone lines. I want to get your thoughts on UFC 239. We have 53 seconds left in the Save the Show. And I see another donation creeping up the rankings, Jess. I see that. I see it creeping up. We have 6 shows this week, by the way.
Yeah.
6 shows.
Super chat.
And donation coming through.
Taking away 2 more minutes of JBH's life.
Thank you, Life and
What are you
Logic.
talking about? I love you guys.
All right, so that was at 1:31.
1 hour and 31 minutes.
It's funny, wishful thinking over there. You put 1 minute or 1.
I put 1 hour and 31.
31. I'm not
Yeah,
sure
the point is the hour.
Oh, yeah?
1 hour and 31 minutes.
Should it be 2?
What do you mean?
Oh, forget it. Thank you for the donations. You're wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful.
All right, let's get into the next story over here with seconds left on our clock. Let's get to the next one. We got a lot of stories to get to, and then we'll open up the phone lines. UFC 239, a complete fire fight car. Yes, I would like to fight for the rematch.
This
According
is number
to
one bullshit.
BJPen.com, Dana White wants Amanda Nunes versus Cyborg rematch, but is unsure it will happen. The list of viable opponents for UFC featherweight and bantamweight champ Amanda Nunes is getting shorter and shorter. At UFC 239, which went down in Las Vegas, Nevada, Nunes defended her bantamweight strap with a first-round TKO victory over former champion Holly Holm, one of the few established bantamweight contenders remaining that she had not yet fought. With this Nunes versus Holm bout in the rearview mirror, the UFC will now have to track down another opponent for the ferocious 2-division champion. From the sounds of it, UFC President Dana White already has a goal to that end. Speaking to ESPN's Brett Okamoto after UFC 239, the UFC boss reiterated his interests in a rematch between Amanda Nunes and the woman she knocked out to win the featherweight title in December, Cris Cyborg. White's comments give the impression that Cris Cyborg isn't sold on a rematch with Amanda Nunes, yet the former champion has repeatedly stated that opposite is true, that she wants to fight, she wants the fight, and I can't fucking read right now. I can't. Jesus Christ. That she wants the fight, and the UFC is the party keeping it from happening. White offers a different take, saying, quote, "What do you think? Do you think I'm really not trying to make the rematch? I've been putting on fights for 20 years, so do you really think I'm not trying to make the rematch? So what does that tell you? There's not 2 sides of the story. There are 3 sides to the story. You got Amanda who says she wants it. You got me saying I'll make it. And you got the other one saying she's never offered it. You do the math on that one." Cris Cyborg, of course, is currently booked for the UFC 240 fight with Felicia Spencer, which could conceivably throw a wrench in any plans for a rematch with Amanda Nunes.
All right. I mean, this is the fight to make, man. I want an immediate rematch. I know that she beat her quick and it was brutally, but I feel that Cyborg would take it a little different. Now, I'm not saying Cyborg would win. I mean, Amanda Nunes, it's tough to bet against her. Even though I'd probably be stupid enough to bet against her again. I don't know. I don't know why I just don't want to see Amanda Nunes win. She seems like the sweetest girl, you know? She really does.
Annoying.
But I don't know. Maybe it's the voice. I don't know. Maybe because she's talking like this. I don't know. I don't know what it is. But I probably would bet on Cyborg. Well, who would you take in that fight?
Cyborg.
Would you?
Yeah.
Is it because you don't like Amanda Nunes?
No, I just think that Cyborg, she went at it wrong. She didn't show respect to Nunes in the first fight, and I think the second time around she would show that respect.
Wonderful.
All right, what does the chat say? And we're going to open up the phone line, so get your calls ready. What do you think about Cyborg versus Nunes? Who wins the rematch?
Sean Hart, I received the video on Facebook about UFC taking you down and us in chat saying Fook YouTube, and I already have liked it the other day. What the fuck? Internal, we hate her. Jessica C was hidden by Jessica G. Niz says, can JBH do a flying knee? Yes.
Want to try it?
Yeah, you want to see it? Mosk it up.
All right. Why can't you just do it behind me?
No, I'm going to do it on you.
So you're going to run around and hit me?
Yeah.
Should we do it on the casting couch?
Kick it up.
Hold on. With this, that wouldn't work.
No, it's perfect. Stand up.
Yeah, but I think this would be better because it's
okay.
this
Stand
way.
up. I got this.
All right. So if you're listening on Podbean and iTunes, we have both stood up and the casting couch is behind us. For those of you watching on the UFC, I'm going to brace myself. I mean, UFC on YouTube. I'm going to brace myself as Jessie does her Jorge Masvidal. All right. Let me move the chair out of the way. This is going to be weird with headphones. All right, here we go. Now you have to knee Felony. This is the Felony pillow. Go get it. We have him on our featured channels. Felony Charles Bennett. Shout out to Felony. All right, here we go.
Why are you holding it out like that?
Okay, I'm bracing myself for the knee. All right, go. All right, there it is. Now you have to rate that. Rate that knee. You got more of my hand than the pillow. But I tell you what. I wouldn't want to get hit in the head with that. Is there a replay? Can we watch a replay of that? Let's see.
Oh, God.
I don't know if we have it on over here. I tell you what, that's pretty good. I don't know. What do you think in the chat? Let's see what the rating is. What do they rate it?
Oh, God.
Who the hell? God damn. You know, I got to say this. I've never been kneed. You know,
No.
I've been punched a bunch of times, but I've never been kneed. And that's got to suck. I should have got out of the way. It'd be funny watching her just fly into the closet. just her just smash through the wall. All right, let's see what they rate the Jessie's flying knee.
10, 8, 11 out of 10. 2, 4. Boo. LOL, she did that. 49 out of 48. 3 out of 10. Moss, do it to JBH.
You want me to do it to you?
That was very good, JBH. You guys are hilarious. Knees are worse than elbows. 8, I have kneed someone before. 11 out of 10. Never been kneed in the balls, Moss? You have?
Have I ever been kneed? I've been kicked in the balls. I feel like a knee would be a lot worse. I've been punched in the balls. I've done the cup check.
Ball tap.
I don't think I've been kneed to the balls. Should I do it to her now? That's gotta suck. How many people have been kneed in the head?
It's hard to
suck.
do with such little space, you know, like.
Oh, I'm just thinking about, like, you hit mostly my hand there, right? And I still feel it in my hand. And you didn't even go hard at me. I'm thinking, like, how Masvidal ran around the cage and then just went full force.
And he is
And
strong,
fucking
too.
kneed him. Dude,
Yeah.
it makes sense why Askren, he was in La La Land. This is why I could never do what they do. Like, as much as we horse around about these fighters in the cage, I could never do it. I couldn't do it. If I got kneed in the head, I think I would have died. No, you couldn't. You're 23, so it's easy.
I want to so bad.
When I was 23 years old, I thought I could lift a car. I thought I could fucking lift a. I legit thought I could lift a car. Like, I thought I was just like the most powerful thing in the world.
I know I can lift a car.
But at 42, no, I can't see it anymore. It doesn't. I like to watch it from sitting. I like to sit and watch them do it. It's crazy. A toy car, yeah. All right, so let's take some phone calls over here. I want to discuss about UFC 239. See what the peoples think. We have a lot of things to talk about. The card as a whole, I think, was very good. What should I rate this card? Out of 10, I'm going to give a solid. I'm going to give it an 8.
I'm going to give it a 7.5.
All right, what do you give it in the chat? 7.5. Why? Because the main event?
Yeah, the main event, and
I give it an 8. I think it was good.
I mean, the KOs were great in the main card altogether. I still think there could have been like a finish of some sort with Chiesa and Sanchez, but that didn't happen. But it's still a great fight, Chiesa and Sanchez. I don't know. I'm gonna go like 7.5.
7.5. All right, rate it in the chat as I get the phone lines ready to go on our Monday show. Nice turnout
Bradley Reba gives it a 7.6. Hewitt Liar Masvidal made it a 9. Don Dada was 217 better. Was 217 better?
Yes. Like light years better.
Yeah, but that was also
217 was ridiculous.
Those are super fights. So
someone said we took the special face song away. No, it's still there. It's a link in the description. $11 special face. So here's the deal, guys. I know people are confused. In the description, this is our second channel. So in the description, we have the donations for our first channel. It still works, but on this channel, we have a different super chat and a different Streamlabs donation. We have to change a couple of things around. But if you want the crazy songs, it's in the description. All right, back to the chat. They are rating the card, UFC 239.
9 out of 10. It was a 9, 7.5, 1,000%. Sanchez is done. 8 out of 10. This card was overrated. $11 for face. 8 out of 10. 4.4 with Jorge. 8.
All right. Before we open up those phone lines, look at this: 23,596 subscribers on the main channel and 2,496. We doubled and then some on this channel, not the MMA holes. Crazy.
We just need 4 more subscribers on each channel.
4 more on each channel, and we let the dragons loose. Look at that. We could let the dragons loose twice tonight. That'd be a first time ever, Jess.
That would be awesome.
All right. Let's see if it happens.
Chaos Coffee Talk.
Shremmy.
Oh, you filthy animals suck.
Tried to save the show, but I'm so technologically illiterate. Much love.
Don't worry, you've got an hour and a half with us.
Yeah,
so.
Tremmy, we got a long time ahead of us. Thank you, man. Appreciate that donation.
Wonderful.
All right, let's open up the phone lines. Let's get it popping over here.
Open up the phone.
We got a lot to talk about in this UFC 239 card. Craziness happened. Rockhold, is he done? Jon Jones, what's next for him? Did he win? Did he not win? Ben Askren died. You know, that kind of stuff. 516?
522-0267.
All right, the chat room is speaking. They have a lot on their Whoa! Jesse, they got so much to say. You are live with the MMA Holes. What's your name and what is on your minds?
Hey, this is Manny C. How are you guys doing?
Hey, Manny C. What's
Wonderful,
up?
wonderful.
We were talking about the card, right?
Yes, sir.
Like what we thought.
C.
Yeah, I think Ben Askren got robbed.
Mm-hmm.
He won that fight. It was an illegal knee.
Illegal knee?
Whoa. All right.
What?
So what do you think?
Because when Askren was knocked out, both his hands were touching the floor and his knees and his legs. So technically it's an illegal knee.
Wait, I don't think his hands were on the... No, he was lunging forward, but his hands weren't on the floor.
No, when he got knocked out, yeah, they were.
Well, when he got knocked out, he hit the ground.
I'm totally messing with you guys.
You fucked with me.
What was it? It was a quick stop. His thumb was up too. Did you see that?
Oh, yeah. I actually missed that, but I'll have to go back and look.
Yeah, he was fine. His thumb.
It was a fun card. Although I think what would have made this an awesome card is if the matchups were closer. Because they were pretty much mismatches, and there wasn't any real surprises. Other than I didn't expect Luke Rockhold to get just KO'd that bad. That was bad.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, Dana's saying to retire, and I kind of agree.
You think so, huh? You think that's it?
I think that's it. I mean, 185, he can't make the weight anymore. He looks sluggish from what he was saying as well. And at 205, I just don't. I mean, he can't get KO'd like that again. His jaw's broken.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, he's been dealing with that. All right. Hey, love the show.
All right. Thanks, man. All right. I love it. Man, he's a good guy.
He is a good guy.
So Rockhold versus Blachowicz, I agree. I think this is it for him. I mean, who are we to say if someone should retire? But it's tough to see like someone's jaw get broken multiple times, and it looks like he's going to die every time he gets killed out there. And he did. He looked a little sluggish. He didn't look horrible in the first round, but it was funny. He ran out of gas. Like, you can see it. Towards the end of the first, going into the second, we were like, oh, wait, hold on a second. This guy's gas tank is going down. And then he gets knocked the fuck out. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that might be it for a Lukey boy. But it's up on him, you know?
Lukey Pukey.
So it's up to him. He's the one that's doing it, right? So maybe he wants to be like BJ Penn. Although BJ Penn wasn't dying like that.
Why would he want to be like BJ Penn?
I don't know. Who knows? All right, 516-522-0267. Getting on the lines. Let me know what you think. He was also saying how there was a lot of mismatches, and yeah, there were. Wonderful. There were a lot of mismatches on here. I mean, if you think about it, Jon Jones, heavy favorite. Amanda Nunes, heavy favorite. Masvidal was the under, if I'm not mistaken, right, in that fight? I think he was the under. So that gets a pass. But then you get a super quick finish. Blachowicz was... Who was the favorite in this one? I don't remember. Let's see. Oh, no. Rockhold was the favorite. So Blachowicz is the underdog. That was a good bet.
I got it. Kevin from Chicago. What's on your mind?
What's up? First off, what did I say about Jorge Masvidal? going into this fight. Do you guys remember?
No.
No.
But tell us. Refresh the memory.
He's wiry, and you don't remember it all, huh?
No, I mean, we talked to too many people. I have no idea. He's wiry?
I said he's wiry and athletic.
Okay.
I said he's wiry and athletic. And what happens? He comes Michael Jordan, Chicago Bulls style, flying across the octagon with a flying knee.
Yeah.
I mean, if that isn't wiry and athletic, I don't know what is.
And it's funny, too, because he's not getting any younger. 34 years old, and the dude's got some pep in his step.
Absolutely, man. I told you he's a dangerous fighter. He's very dangerous. I think he knew, though. He knew he had to go for broke. He had to. I'm going for it, man. I'm going for do or die right now. I'm going to let it all hang out because he knows he's not going to win a decision against Ben Askren.
Yeah.
He knows the longer this fight goes, it's going to favor Ben Askren. He did it, man. He did it. I got to give him props, no doubt about it.
What do you? I mean, what do you think about? I know you like wrestling. You're big on the wrestling thing. What do you think about Ben Askren over here? How this went down? Do you think he made any mistakes, or do you think he just lost to a better fighter?
I honestly think Askren beats him freaking 7 out of 10 times, maybe even 8 out of 10 times. I just think it can happen, man. You look at Matt Serra against GSP. You look at Gegard Mousasi versus Uriah Hall. You look at Brock Lesnar versus Frank Mir. Chuck Liddell versus Randy Couture. The list goes on and on and on about fighters who lost the first match, came back and won the rematch. It's just MMA. That's what makes it so exciting. It can happen. So easy to put someone out. So easy to get a knockout. Knees, elbows, punches, kicks, so-and-so. But either way, he showed up. He had a game plan. It's just that thing with wrestlers do. They're so used to just reaching down, going for the takedown. You saw the same thing with Aaron Pico. It looked exactly familiar. But either way, people are counting out Askren saying he's washed up, he's done, he was overhyped, blah, blah, blah. This was a number one contender fight against Jorge Masvidal, been in the sport for 15 years, and people are saying, oh, he's a bum, he lost to Jorge Masvidal. Like, they're not giving Masvidal any credit. This dude's a beast. He's been around for so long. He got wins over a bunch of tough competitors, and they're still bringing up that Lawler thing, saying it was a fluke. Like, oh, he really lost to Lawler. Like, damn, dude, he survived it. He got the takedown. He got it a bulldog choke. That fight was going downhill from there. But I wanted to make 2 more quick points about Luke Rockhold. People were saying that he needs to change. Oh, man, he should have changed. He should have did something different. He tried to do something different. He tried to go out there and do wrestling. He tried to take Blachowicz down. And what happened? He couldn't take him down. Gassed out trying to get the takedown. He got knocked out. So he tried to change up his game plan. It didn't work. He's washed up, man. His best days are behind him. And as far as Jones versus Santos, man, I don't know how people thought Jones won. I honestly think it's because the way Santos was hobbling on his leg. You saw that. He was like, every time he would land a big kick, he would hobble because his knee was unstable. His knee was unstable. But, I mean, he was landing the more powerful shots. Every time, Jones was pressing forward, but he wasn't letting his hands go. He wasn't really doing nothing when he would come forward. Santos would keep him, he would make him watch his P's and Q's because he was throwing bombs every time he would come forward. So I thought Santos clearly won that fight on one leg. No steroid Jones is really nothing special. He proved that against OSP, and he proved that against this fight. Either way, let the next man call in. Peace out.
Okay, there he is. Kevin had a lot on his mind there. I want to talk about the Jones versus Santos. I do want to get the other side, right? So I don't agree. I think, listen, picograms or no picograms. Yes, he is a cheater. He has been caught, and he's an idiot for doing that. But I still think he's got that Barry Bonds type shit going on. It doesn't matter. He's got it in his blood. Jon Jones is a beast. He's one of the best, and at light heavyweight, there's not many that can beat him. I feel he fights to his opponent. We've said it a million times. He shows up for whoever shows up in the fight. I don't think Jon Jones won because Santos was hobbling around. I feel that his kicks to the body, the legs, how he pushed the pressure of the fight, he was constantly moving forward. There were times where he got caught. There were times. But I do feel he landed the more significant strikes, and I feel he won. I feel he was controlling the fight. That's why I do it. Santos did a good job. He went the distance with him. I think he did a way better job than Anthony Smith. He made it a fight. He made it tough for Jon Jones. Jon Jones didn't take as many chances because he was, I don't want to get knocked the fuck out. So I don't think that Jon's lost a step or he's overrated or any of that. I don't buy into that. But what do you think about what Kevin said?
Yeah, I agree.
He just agreed. All right. And the whole Rockhold thing, I mean, I think we all agree on that. I mean, Rockhold just doesn't look good, man. You know, and seeing him get knocked out with that shin, you know, it's scary, man. You don't want to see that man get hurt like that. I don't know. 516-522-0267. I'm down to hear the Santos side of things, though. I don't agree with it, but I do want to hear the other side, you know, so get your points in on that. I mean, a lot of people are upset.
Yeah.
I feel people are using their hatred for Jon Jones, and that's why they're saying he lost the fight.
I don't think so, because I'm not the biggest fan of Jones, and I still think that he may have won the fight. So
yeah,
I don't think.
So what do you think the reason? Do you think people do you think that Santos? I mean, Santos
looked
great.
I think a lot of people just want to see someone else hold that belt. They're tired of seeing the same person hold the belt again. It has nothing to do with who it is. It's just the fact that it's the same person holding the belt for so long. I think they're ready now. I think people are ready just to kind of see something new.
All right.
No caller, you're live with the MMA holes. What's your name and what's on your mind?
Yo, it's Jon Savage.
Yo, it's Jon Savage.
Yo, it's Jon. Drunk, what's up?
Wonderful.
Not much. Seriously, Small, it's that fucking end of the video. I did not need to see that.
Wait, you didn't like my underwear?
No.
Oh. I bought those for you.
Oh, send them to me.
All right. Well, last time we sent our underwear to someone, they vanished from the community, so maybe I shouldn't do that.
Lord only knows what he's doing with those.
What's going on?
Not much. So, you know, Jon Jones, I think he needs to go to heavyweight, you know, let light heavyweight fucking everybody fight each other and find a clear contender. Because, you know, Reyes, he's not ready right now. Ratchick, you know, he's up there, but I think he has a chance, but he needs a few more fights. So there's Walker, you know. And Walker's probably not going to get done, you know, just like somebody before him, like Shane Carwin, fucking Ngannou, and Rumble. You know, they knock everybody out until they get in there with the champ.
I tell you what, I do agree. Like, I would like to see a clean slate for a light heavyweight. I'm with you with that. You know, I mean, if I was Jon Jones, I would do the Mighty Mouse thing and just clear everyone out and annoy everyone over there. But I understand why he would want to stay, especially going to heavyweight, because you got these guys that are just, I mean, they're so powerful. It's scary, the power at heavyweight. So I understand why he doesn't want to go up. But being an MMA fan, a selfish MMA fan, man, I would love to see him go up and you know, let the light heavyweights get a new king. You know?
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to see it very long. I think Jon Jones might go up and fight DC and come back down. I don't think he's going to hang up there too long. Do you think he will?
He should, man. Come on. There needs to be a third fight at heavyweight. Because, you know, that way, you know, Jones can say, you know, he beat DC everywhere at his best.
Yeah. I want to see that DC fight so bad. I don't know why. I have no idea why. Maybe I want to see DC die. Maybe inside I just want to see the little fat guy just completely die in his last fight. I don't know.
Come on. DC's got to redeem himself in the last fight.
Fingers crossed. I'd love to see that. Jess, what do you think?
I'd love to see that.
Just he's like, fuck, we got an hour and 9 minutes. Oh, man. Jess, talk to Drunk. We got Drunk on the phone.
Hi, Drunk.
Hi, Jesse.
How are you?
So, you see, Till is fucking trying to start the Jorge Masvidal Knock Me the Fuck Out club.
He's sucking off Askren.
He's just being kind. That's all. He's extending his
he needs a support group.
Yeah, right.
He's sympathizing.
Let's hug it out. Would you like to see that fight between those two?
He found out JBH doesn't like him anymore, and he's down on his luck.
I never said that. I never said that. I said...
You don't like him?
No, that's not true. I do like him a lot still. I just don't know if he's ready to be as hyped up as he is.
He's so full of shit. You jumped off that thing so fast.
What are you talking about? Remember when Darren Till fought again after his knockout loss, and I said, I want to jump off the train, but I can't because I still love him. That's my boy. And everyone's like, yeah, stay loyal, Jesse. So I never jumped off the train. No, Till.
No, yeah, but what I'm saying is, well, yeah, you like Ortega. right? You
I
still on
never
his
jumped
train?
off the tilt train even after he got knocked out.
Well, I don't know.
Are you? His next fight after that, I still picked him. I even told you, like, I just can't. I can't, like, not. You know, I can't not support him just because he got knocked out. What kind of fan would I be?
Yeah, I understand that. You know, there's certain fighters that I'll never root against, like Orlovsky or Fedor.
Yeah.
That's my case.
Andre Orlovsky, I mean, he's got the crooked nose, right? You got to go with the crooked nose.
Didn't he fix that?
I don't know. Did he? Last time I saw him.
I think he fixed it.
All right, let's see. We'll see in his next fight.
Well,
Guy
that
will
thing
never
was fucked
retire. So what else is on your mind? Anything else?
Fuck, I had something else.
What did you think about...
Don't use that language around me drunk.
Oh.
Sorry, I forgot this was a good Christian show.
That's right.
Well, we're talking about Jon Jones. So.
If you had to say something, I mean, you're a swole MMA hole. How long have you been with this community? It's been a while now.
I found you guys October 2017. I just didn't really comment that much at first. It wasn't until like February that I really, became MMA hole for life.
Now
he found us when I drew a penis on my head.
Ah, yeah.
Yep.
The penis.
No, I found you before, but that was when I locked it down. I said goodbye to Ted Check.
Now I don't know what happened to that guy. What happened to him?
He's still doing stuff now. I think he's doing like he's still on
YouTube.
YouTube.
He's doing fucking arm wrestling now.
Yeah,
or
he's doing
shit.
some like weird.
Talking about Taylor Swift.
Oh, it's funny.
He said he's getting rid of MMA. He's gonna go completely no
Really?
MMA. Yeah, but he's still staying on YouTube. He's just doing other things.
Yeah, Ted was with Pure Evil with Eddie, and they had a little thing going over there. It's funny. They were doing it before us, and I remember jumping into their chat. I was looking for other MMA shows out there and seeing what was going on.
Yeah, that's why I found you.
Yeah. Is that what you found in the chat?
Yeah,
no
you
shit.
popped in.
No shit.
And Ann kept going on and on about you, so I checked you all out.
Ah, good old Ann H. Yeah.
And I think Ted fucking snapped once he stole all of his fucking viewers.
Yeah, he hates us. He can't stand us.
Yeah, that didn't go. I mean, it was weird. I remember one message we were going back and forth about. I think like I wanted super chats so bad, and I wanted to get to 1,000 subscribers. I was like, this is ridiculous. And Ted had it, and I remember messaging him, and I was like, man, how can I get 1,000 subscribers and blah blah blah, And I was trying to brainstorm with him a little bit. And he was just like, man, you're growing like fucking weeds. And that's all he said. And I'm like, the fuck? Okay, thank you. I'm like, I just want to talk about, hey, possibly how can we grow or something here. And he's just like, man, you grow like fucking weeds. And that was it. That was our conversation. Let's make a deal with Ted.
Yeah, that's Ted.
Yeah. Yeah, he's shot out of a cannon. Well, hopefully he's doing all right. What do you think about the whole strike situation? What was going through your mind when the world stopped?
Oh my god, dude, I fucking almost shit myself because like the chat started fucking up, so I started refreshing it, then all of a sudden it says this video has been taken down due to copyright strike by the UFC. And I'm like, fuck.
Is that what it said? It popped up copyright strike?
Yeah, that's what happened to us too.
Yeah,
Fucking
the video completely stopped. And I was like, god damn it.
They should have like someone come into the live chat and say, hey, warning, you're doing something wrong. Like say what we're doing wrong so we could kind of have an idea to stop doing it, But I guess we were doing everything wrong.
No, do you have a meeting with YouTube people? You can bring that up.
Next week.
Yeah,
next week we don't even you can't even make a meeting. So we're gonna just show up. We're gonna show up at the YouTube space. Actually, we should live stream it. That would be great.
I don't know if
we should fucking live stream, like wear like some ridiculous outfits and get a big sign.
There you go. Show up all white trash like.
Yeah, fucking kick the door in.
The most white trash outfit you can find.
Holy shit, it's Harvey Weinstein.
Harvey.
Hey holes. I wanted to stop in to share some words of encouragement. I know what it's like to be kicked out of your job for false accusations when all you're doing is providing mutually beneficial favors. Keep up the great work and the fighting court like me.
That's right. Thank you, Harvey, for the supportive words. You're wonderful.
Harvey, you bang them bitches, don't lie.
There's Harvey Weinstein. Wow. Goddamn celebrity over there. Yeah. I was like, I didn't know what to do. And like I said before, Jessie kept the show going. She put the whole show on her back. She fucking threw everything over there, scheduled the stream for the second channel. I was too busy like, what the fuck?
JB is the backbone of this channel.
Yeah. She did it. She pulled it together. So now here we are, not the MMA holes. Oh well. Show goes on. All right. So it was a good card though. I mean, it's funny. That's how you know it's a good card because I was so pissed off and we just kind of flowed right into those fights and it was just so much fun to watch. Those fights were fantastic.
And even though we had the bullshit, it was still good. Everybody showed up.
Yeah.
Got a lot of donations, a lot of support.
Good people. Good people, these MMA holes. Well, Drunk, you're the best. We appreciate it. And always call back.
And shout out to all the fucking donators staying in the show tonight.
Yeah.
And Jessica G, stop fucking hiding in the shadows. Come on. Come hang out.
I keep telling her that.
Yeah. She's just
What's
chilling.
the matter? You scared of Kevin from Chicago now?
Huh?
Huh?
Oh, man.
Chicken.
Jessica should call
He's
in.
baiting her.
I think Jessica. What do you think? You think Jessica should call in?
No, I think she should do whatever makes her happy.
Yeah. Well, she supports us so much that we can't
Come hang out. At least fucking post on the website. Come
nudes, right? Drunk? Some nudes for the boys?
Yeah, come on.
All right.
Slip into my DMs.
All right. Thank you, Drunk. This is Drunk Savage. The best.
Wonderful.
He's the wonderful, wonderful Drunk. That guy is the best, right? Doesn't get much better than him. He dishes it in the chat, has some fun. Then he's a big teddy bear. It's a good guy. I'm going to suck his cock. All right, 516-522-0267. We got an hour left of show. Get it. We'll squeeze another call in over here. Give us a call. We're going to get back into the news, and we'll take calls throughout the night. Let's see what's going on in the chat room. Jeremiah White, I see you over there. What's up, Jeremiah? Oh, we got another call, Jess.
Unknown caller, you're live with the MMA host. What is your name and what is on your mind?
Hi, this is my second and final call. No more calls. I got to make a quick point I forgot to make. I was listening to Jimmy Smith today, and he said Diego Sanchez. I personally think Gilbert Melendez, Diego Sanchez, Holly Holm, and Rockhold should retire. That's just my opinion. But he did bring up Diego Sanchez, and he said maybe it's just not Diego being quirky and goofy and funny. Maybe he has CTE. And I didn't even think about this. I was like, yeah, dude, maybe he's like wacky.
Hold on, Kevin. Hold on a second.
Drunk Savage doesn't even sound drunk. I'm throwed.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Daniel Miranda said that Drunk Savage didn't sound drunk. He sounded pretty together. All right, back. Thank you for the donation. Kevin, so yeah, back to your thought over here with Jimmy Smith.
Yeah, Jimmy Smith was saying he thinks the reason Diego is acting so wacky and kind of strung out or whatever he is, I don't know, he's acting crazy, is he think he has CTE. I want to get your guys' thoughts on that because I kind of agree. I think the dude's definitely experiencing some symptoms of CTE because that's not normal. The dude is freaking wacky.
Yeah.
But thanks for taking my call.
All right, thanks, Kev. You know what? We were talking about this during the reaction. Diego Sanchez was foaming at the mouth in this fight. I don't think I've ever seen anyone foam at the mouth. We've seen Diego fight before, and he's a complete lunatic. But this fight here, foam was literally like, it looked like he had rabies. You saw that, right? You were there next to me. What are you talking? And we were talking about it. What are you talking about? You remember it?
Yeah. I don't think he is. I mean, I'm sure there is some sort of brain damage involved, but I think that's just how he is. Because I've heard that he was like this early on in his career, so it can't be the level of damage he's taken throughout his career. I think it's just how he is.
I think it's a mixture of both. I think he is a lunatic, and there's a reason why he's a fighter. Everyone has that fire inside them when they're fighting, right? So he has that fire, but it's been amplified. I mean, even in his younger days.
It could be adrenaline, though, too, like when he's like getting close to there, and it's like Jeremiah just said, punch drunk. Like, the adrenaline builds and builds and builds until he gets that final moment, and then he's just like, he's fucking nuts. But it's because of the level of adrenaline in his system.
What's with the foam at the mouth, though? You don't think he's got rabies?
I don't know.
Wonderful.
Diego Sanchez is 29-12-0, Ultimate Fighter winner. The man is 37 years of age. He's going through a divorce, too. This is another thing. Before his last fight with, who was he fighting? Mickey Gall. Before that fight, apparently he was going through his divorce, and Mickey Gall was poking at it.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and you know, he was pissed off that Mickey Gall was going over there. And now Diego Sanchez he's like banging his smoking hot girl. I don't know if he's still banging her. But
yeah, there was a picture that they posted.
Recent?
From
right,
the fights.
So Diego's doing it. So now he's got something to prove. Now he's 37 years old. He's in the cage. He wants to make another run at 170. He wants to give it a go. And he's trying to impress this hot young babe. You know? So
I don't think he's 37 years
old.
old. He's already been through one marriage. He's not trying to impress anybody. If she likes him, she likes him. He's doing his own thing.
Yeah, Bradley, he was. Like, no joke. Watch it back. You'll see there's two parts in the fight. One, I specifically remember, against the cage, he was literally like white foam was coming out. Like, I'm like, this guy, he's like Cujo, for God's sakes. I think it's a mixture of both. That's what I would say. I think it's a mixture of both with Diego Sanchez. Let's see what the chat says.
Joey Faggoter says 37, stop, it's over. NH, he's the last of the original first tough fighters still fighting in the UFC.
It's true.
Sean Hart, escorts are normally smoking. Daniel Miranda, I'm used to being drunk too, laughing my ass off. Kevin from Chicago, Rockhold, Melendez, Sanchez, and Holm should retire. Jeremiah.
Okay, let's look at that real quick. Hot Girls Ditto, you're welcome. Drunk. All right, so I just wanted to talk about this. Rockhold, Melendez, because he brought these fighters up in the call, right? Let's see. Who do you think should retire out of the group?
Holm.
Really? Holly is 37 as well.
She's reaching that. Even Dana White had mentioned it, like Kevin said. So I think Holm or Rockhold for sure.
All right, let's go through each one of them. So he's saying Rockhold, Melendez, Holm, and Sanchez. Diego Sanchez, man, I would say yes, but he's not going to. The guy's a fucking lunatic. I don't think he's going to. Let's look at his resume over here. Michael Chiesa, Jake Ellenberger. Oh, shit, I forgot about the grappling shit over here. So that doesn't even count. I totally forgot about that. But Mickey Gall and Craig White, he was on a 2-fight win streak, and he loses to Michael Chiesa. Michael Chiesa is a beast. He's pretty damn good. It looks nice at 170, so I don't think it's a huge loss, but he got knocked the fuck out by Brown and Iaquinta, excuse me. The Joe Lozon was 2 punches. I mean, and then the held one was just it's a war.
Super chat.
I think he should, but he won't.
Back in 2017, Joe Rogan speculated that Dana White has CTE. Hashtag facts. No one says Dana should retire except us haters.
Yeah, right.
Lol.
It's so true. And thank you for the donation. As Joe Leonard, thank you again. Yeah, it's true, right? It's tough to say I know it's kind of douchey by us to say who should retire. It is pretty douchey. I kind of cringe. The longer I've been doing this, I cringe more and more about it. You know, because I'm kind of like, I'm 42 doing YouTube.
Moss,
you know what I'm saying?
You should retire.
Yeah. I mean, everyone can say, you know, in 5 years, it's like, all right, dude, you could be 47 years old. What are you doing? You know I'm not going to slow down.
Get out of here.
I'm gonna Howard Stern this shit. I'm going to go until my fucking 90s. But still, you know, who are we to tell someone to retire, right? Who are we to do that? But what is right for them? What is right for the fighter? I don't think Diego Sanchez is going to retire, but he probably should, right? For his health. I mean, if he's foaming at the mouth, the guy's had so many brain rattlings in his career. He's got how many fights? He's 29, 12, and 0. Maybe it's time to think about it. Holly Holm. Let's talk about Holly Holm. I don't see retirement, man. Amanda Nunes she's just that good. So I don't see that. Even though she's 37 years of age, I'm going to say no. You know, she hasn't had much in mixed martial arts because she was, you know, doing the kickboxing and everything. But, you know, 12, 5, and 0, Holly Holm. At 37 years old, I still think she can rattle off a couple wins. I don't know if she'll ever be a champ again, especially with an Amanda Nunes up top and a Cyborg lurking around still. But she's divorced. She's another one. Got divorced. Let her fight. I think she's fine. Now, Rockhold, we were speaking about that before. Damn, man. How many times you got to break your jaw? You know? How many times, Jess?
Yeah.
I mean, the guy's in fantastic shape, but his face is going to fall off.
Yep.
So Sanchez, Rockhold, Holly Holm, Melendez. Let's look at Gilbert. I think he's 37. All these guys are like 37. Let's look at Gilbert Melendez. Former Strikeforce champion, along with Rockhold. And man, look at all these L's. Arnold Allen, his last fight on 239. Pat Healy got the win, but this is submission underground. Before that, Jeremy Stevens, Edson Barboza. I mean, yeah, he fought old beasts. Like, it's not even like he fought, like, I mean, Jeremy Stevens, you can make an argument. He's been up and down, but still, the guy's decent. Arnold Allen's very good. It's not like they're throwing him to scrubs. Benson Henderson before that. I mean,
it's a lot of losses, Moss.
Yeah, but look at the
You're
guys
trying to justify
these guys he's fighting. You know, it's not like he sucks. He's just fighting really good fighters.
I mean, that's not really an excuse. We've seen fighters fight really good fighters and still win.
I think he's fine. I say Melendez doesn't retire. I think safety reasons, you can make an argument for Sanchez and Rockhold.
Yeah.
That's what I think. But let's see what the chat says.
Chromesy Dome, he needs that jaw to model. Flat Earth Deacon, bye-bye Gilbert. Chrome to Dome, Pettis ruined Gilbert. My guess, Rockhold and Melendez might as well retire, especially Melendez. Nothing to prove.
Well, I mean, yeah. Well, Rockhold has nothing to prove either. And Rockhold accomplished more. He was a UFC champion. So Rockhold has nothing to prove, right? So that's a good point. And Melendez, he does have something to prove. Melendez, he was a Strikeforce champion when he came in. What are you doing, weirdo? You all right? You're getting fidgety. I noticed that. You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You're like, fuck, 52 more minutes. I'm going to die. Melendez, I think he does. He's not going to be a UFC champ, but I think Melendez has something, to prove for himself. Rockhold has nothing to prove at all. A couple more comments from that chat. Let's see what they got.
He was juicing in Strikeforce, came to the UFC where there's testing and hasn't been the same since.
Good point.
Life and Logic, I saw that JBH. Drone Savage.
Nailed.
One bad nice picture. Flat Earth Deacon NH, you calling in? Sean Hart, 35. NH, 52 more minutes. Flat Earth Deacon is laughing at JBH. Staley Vigo, 2. I feel like JBH right now. Daniel Miranda. Melendez's wife doing better. I'd rather see her, and she is a hottie.
She's a pretty girl. By the way, Jesse, look at this.
Yes?
I got great news. On the second channel, this channel that we're on right now, and make sure you subscribe to the main channel, 2,501 subscribers. Yeah! Dragon. Let's do it. Holy shit! 2,501 subscribers on Not the MMA Holes? What?
Subscriber goals. Subscriber goals.
Drop the
Subscriber goals.
in the chat.
Subscriber goals. Subscriber goals.
Subscriber goals.
Subscriber goals. Subscriber goals. Subscriber goals. Subscriber goals. The greatest channel on YouTube. The MMA Holes. Goat. World domination.
Yeah. Hey, thank you guys. Appreciate that. That's awesome that you guys subscribe to our second channel, Not the MMA Holes. If you're just jumping in, you're new to this, we are stricken on our main channel. We caught a strike during UFC 239 for doing nothing wrong. So go subscribe to that channel. We'll get it back and going. All right, Jesse.
Yesy.
You're getting antsy over there. You're getting ants in your pants. It's like a kid in class waiting for the bell to ring. So let's get to the next story. What's in the news?
According to MMA Mania, Jon Jones agrees to rematch Thiago Santos, but only if Moretta can climb himself back up the ladder. Losing to UFC light heavyweight champ Jon Jones doesn't mean you'll never get another 205-pound title shot somewhere down the line. Just look at the close decision between Bones has over Alexander Gustafsson and Daniel Cormier, two top contenders who managed to climb their way back up the division ladder, something Thiago Santos must do in order to secure a Bones rematch. Sure, Santos won the fight in the eyes of some fans and one judge, but the official result was a split decision in favor of Jones at the UFC 239 pay-per-view extravaganza last Saturday night inside the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. Santos, who's 21-7, is currently ranked number 3 at 205 pounds, one spot above fellow title contender Anthony Smith. Santos holds a technical knockout win over Lionheart from their UFC Bellum showdown back in early 2018, so a rematch feels like a matter of when as opposed to if. Jones, meanwhile, has multiple options. He can move up to heavyweight and fight the winner of Cormier versus Stipe Miocic for the 265-pound strap, or even Francis Ngannou, or he can stay put in his current home and see what other young men are willing to test their might. Mm-hmm. Jones said, quote, "Somebody ask Dominic Reyes if he wants some smoke."
Yeah, it's according to the rankings, I guess he is the next in line. But man. All right, El Kukui in the news. We will open up the phone lines. We're going to get to some more stories. We have 48 minutes left in the show.
Wonderful.
So thank you to the peoples who extended it. But let's talk about Kukui, man. We haven't heard about him in a while.
According to MMA junkie Tony Ferguson's getting bored at lightweight, but ready to replace Khabib or Poirier at UFC 242.
Is he going to stay ready?
Former UFC interim lightweight champ Tony Ferguson has been knocking off one contender after the other, waiting for a shot at gold. And while he isn't next in line, he is ready to step in for either 155-pound champ Khabib or interim champ Dustin Poirier, should either man fall out of their UFC 242 headliner September 7th in Abu Dhabi. He said, quote, "We're fighting for a title either way. Super fights and all that would be interesting as far as Conor McGregor and all that good stuff, but Khabib and Poirier, I'll take the winner of that, obviously, or if someone falls out for the title, for the belt. Later on, I can knock out everybody at 170, but literally the most important thing right now is Khabib. Give me that belt." Ferguson is coming off a second-round TKO doctor stoppage win over Cowboy Cerrone, which extended his winning streak to an incredible 12 fights in a row. Despite the lightweight title shot being imminent, the former Ultimate Fighter Season 13 welterweight winner is not ruling out a move back up to 170 pounds in the future. Ferguson and Nurmagomedov previously had been scheduled to fight 4 times, but the fight has fallen off each time for one reason or another. Cowboy has expressed interest in a rematch with Ferguson, but it appears Ferguson only has his eyes on a gold and is willing to wait.
What do you think, Jesse?
I think it's smart. I say fuck Cowboy and keep your eyes on that gold.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. But do you think that Khabib or Poirier will pull out? Do you think there's a good chance?
No, definitely not Khabib. But Poirier's not really one to pull out much either. He did with the whole Nate Diaz thing. That was at 165 for a division that didn't even exist. So I don't think so. I think the only reason someone will pull out is for injury. I don't think anyone's going to pull out for anything other than that. So, yeah, I'm going to say by injury. But
well, that's what I mean. I mean, there's no other way you got to pull out for my kid has soccer practice.
Illness.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Injury would be the...
I don't know. They're pretty good at not getting injured before fights and stuff like that. So they take pretty good care of themselves. So I don't think...
So you're going to say no. Abu Dhabi, no Tony Kukui is going to be...
No,
Khabib,
I think Ferguson's going to challenge the winner, though, for sure.
So you think he waits?
Yeah.
He should wait and see what happens. Abu Dhabi's what, September?
I think so, yes.
August, September. Yeah, it's got to be September, right? 241 is August. So Abu Dhabi. By the way, I looked at the calendar.
Yeah, September 7th.
And I have a thing here. It's actually pretty cool. So I have a Google Calendar and blah, blah, blah. And UFC, all the fights that come up, every time they're announced, they all get thrown onto my phone, like automatically. So I'm like, oh, shit, that's fucking cool. And then I see a date as I'm scrolling through, and I think I'm free, right? I'm like, wow, there's no fight reaction or any of that bullshit. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, it's July 27th. There's nothing going on. I can go to my friend's barbecue. We can swim. We can drink some brewskis, you know. And then I find out that there is another UFC event that night, and they didn't put it in the calendar. So we have 2 pay-per-views this month, and I completely forgot about it. The pay-per-view this weekend's card is interesting. We'll talk about probably more on Wednesday, but let's look at this UFC 240 that's coming up.
Wonderful.
That kind of sneaked up on me, and it is the Holloway Edgar fight, July 27th. I completely forgot about this. Now I don't know if you guys remember that this is in the same month, but it just completely slipped by me. Slipped through the went 5-hole on me. So Holloway versus Edgar, 2 pay-per-views, and hopefully we'll get the main channel back up and running for this one. Holloway versus Edgar. Let's take a peek at this card. And there it is, Cris Cyborg back against Felicia Spencer. Jeff Neal versus Nico Price. Nico Price has been on a nice little run. Oliver Aubin Mercier, coming from that Ultimate Fighter, is fighting again versus Arman Sakara. And what's up with the names here? A lot of crazy names. Alexa Davis versus Vivian Araújo. And Andre Barriault versus Yoko. This is actually a pretty good fight. This middleweight fight over here. All right, card. God, it's so crazy though. You look at these cards, and you know, top 2 are good, and actually, it's not a horrible card. The top 3 are pretty good. This Oliveira, I mean, this guy over here, he doesn't do it for me. This is a good fight. It's a decent card. Decent card. It's not the best, but it's all right. So that's this month. Maxi Boy versus Frankie Edgar, which I think is going to be a good one. A lot of people are upset about Frankie, you know, getting that title shot. I'm not upset. I'm cool with it. What do you think? No? Yes? You just looking at the clock? 43 minutes left in school, And then the bell rings and you fucking out the door with the backpack over your shoulder. Yeah. Jesse's just cruising. How do you feel on Not the MMA Holes? How does this feel? Does this feel different?
I hate it.
Why?
I don't like it at all.
Well, I mean, we got more people watching on this channel than we have on the main channel.
No, we don't. We have about the same amount of people.
Monday night, it's fucking 11:49.
We get about 120, 130 on.
Yeah, but Jess, it's almost midnight right now.
Moss, what?
We don't have this on the regular channel. It's crazy. I think this channel's booming. Should we get rid of the main channel? What do you think? Just throw the 23K away and just keep the party on this channel? What do you think, Jess? Fuck that channel. Start fresh. This one here doesn't have any blemishes on it. The other one has four strikes. We've got 4 strikes on that channel. Fucking 4 for nothing. They're not even like the first 2. I could see. I could see the argument. The last 2 I don't see. I do not see it. Let's see what the chat says. Should we get rid of the main channel?
Your beard?
I don't have anything in it this time. I don't have any real bearded men. I have scruff and it doesn't smell like anything.
Wonderful.
You fucking weirdo. Wonderful. Oh, by the way, we got to send out the beard stuff tomorrow. Shout out to our winners. And the Luke Thomas person that had the Luke Thomas picture, you have to get to us by Friday. You have to message us by Friday. If not, Trevor Poole wins the Timeless CBD. So we have 3 things that we're giving away. 3 things. We got Sean Hart. We got, who was the other one that got the real bearded?
Elias, or however you pronounce his name.
And the third one is the Luke Thomas picture. If not, Trevor Poole gets
Trevor Poole.
Trevor Poole's MIA tonight.
No, he was in there. He's talking about how he said, "Where's my CBD?"
Oh, he did? Yeah, he might get it. He might get it. All right, let's open the phones. I see people are just like, open the phones. We got a lot of time, so we might as well. 516-522-0267. Call us up. We'd like to hear your beautiful voice. Yes. What's going on in the chat?
All right. Spit on JBH's butthole before sticking it in.
Oh.
Grow a good beard and maybe you can get yourself a mentally unstable young lady as well. Christopher is like the guy that gets... missed it.
You are live with the MMA Holes. What is your name and what is on your mind?
And it's your favorite drunk once again.
Drunk? What's
Drunk
up?
Savage.
Had to get another one in. I remember what I was going to talk about.
Oh, okay.
Earlier. So, you guys got your videos backed up, right? In case, you lose the channel for any reason.
So, there's a lot of videos on the channel. I found a way, by the way, I have to talk to you about this. I found a way that they can be backed up. I just haven't done it yet.
Yeah, they're not backed up.
I get on it.
Yeah.
And Angelone would have to timestamp them all over again.
It's true.
Yeah, that'd be a tough job. I don't know how he does it.
Oh, he lives for that shit.
Yeah. I tell you what, yeah, we don't have anything backed up on that channel. We have nothing backed up. We were talking about that. Like, God forbid something happens with YouTube. But maybe I just want to forget it anyway, just want to erase that part of my life if it gets taken away from me. Yeah.
Why would you want to do that?
No.
Put them all on the website, archive them.
Yeah, if there's a way. There's got to be a way to do that. I don't know. That's JBH.
Oh, there's a way.
Where there's a will, there's a way, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I totally think Ferguson should just go up to 170. I think there's better matchups for him there. I don't think the Khabib fight's ever going to happen. The MMA gods won't let it happen.
You think so, huh? He's still pretty big, right? He's 5'11", and he's still...
Or he started out, or he won the Ultimate Fighter at welterweight.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like that's the place inevitably for him. It does seem like that. I would like to see that fucking... Oh, man, I would love to see the Khabib fight. Khabib is saying that fight has to happen. He has been saying that, so I'm hoping it does come together. I mean, I don't know. Poirier could put a monkey wrench into that whole thing,
I see One Bad's in the chat for a profile pic finally. I just got to know, is that really you, One Bad? Or is that your lover?
One Bad's profile?
It's his lover, Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah, it's Zach Galifianakis. He probably has the same body type.
Oh, is that Zach Galifianakis?
Yeah. Yeah, he's ready to...
I never know. I've never seen Zach with a chick, so maybe One Bad's his woman.
Ooh, boom, roasted.
One Bad's ready to let the dogs out. That's what he's ready, right?
Who let the dogs out?
Anything else, Drunk?
Fucking sits there at his keyboard, like, just trying to think of fucking something to say, and once he types it, like, ooh, I got you, Chris.
He's like a mad scientist.
You just been one-batted.
He's so happy that he's barely blocked on this channel. So he's like, oh my God, it's the best day of his life. Remember when One Bad bought us diapers? Remember that?
That was funny.
It was great.
And
Yeah.
you got blocked and you got triggered.
Yeah, that's what happens. Being a baby back bitch. All right.
I want my baby back, baby back, baby back.
Yeah. Anything else on your mind?
Chili's
No, I think that's about it.
baby back bitch.
I know.
Whoa.
As soon as I hang up, I'm going to think of something else.
All right. Well, listen, we got 37 more minutes, so.
You know, if you've got time, you should open up a Hangouts for Sean Hart. I know you would love to call in.
Oh,
You know what? We really should get him in on this.
Yeah, just him.
There's got to be a way. There's got to be a way to call, because this is a Google Voice number. So there's got to be a way for him
I
to
got
get
you,
through.
Sean Hart. I got you.
What's Jesse doing? Jesse's got him. What are you gonna do? Face? Why can't we do that on the on this?
Do it on that then.
Right?
Oh, you can't. You can't do calls on that.
Why not?
Because I think it's a mobile. It's on a Messenger. You can't get Messenger.
I'm gonna try it. All right, drunk. Let me give it a shot.
All right, later on.
It's Drunk Savage. The drunkenness. All right, let's see. Why can't I do it on Facebook?
You can't get the Messenger app on Facebook.
What?
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
It's a mobile app.
Hold on. Just hold your horses.
I got him right here.
Hold on. Let me see if I can do it. I mean, it'd be so much better than... Because he's not going to be able to hear anything.
Yes, he will.
He hears us, but he won't hear anything coming from
That's
the
okay.
computer. Jesse's... When she gets something in her head, just let her do it. That's what I've learned.
That's not true. You
If
never
any
let
of the
me do
family's in
anything.
it, just let it go. Let it go. Jesse's got it going on. Let's see.
Jesse's mom has got it going on.
What the hell? Look at this.
Told you.
No, you can pull it up. But I'm just seeing. Look at it. Why is it not? Why is it buffering? It's Bruce buffering. Anyway. Oh, there it is. What is this? Fios.
Sean Hart.
Why is Fios messaging us? What's Fios got to say?
That's
Yeah, I could call him, Jess.
All right, fine, Moss. Then call him.
Damn shame. I'm gonna call him right now. I'm gonna call Sean Hart. I'm calling. I don't know. Hopefully this works. Let's see if he hears us. I'm gonna call him up.
What's going on?
Hi, can I speak to Sean Hart?
No, he's not here at the moment. He's watching up their mails.
Oh,
Just speaking.
look at that, Sean. Look at this. The bat. This is like the bat phone.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, we can call Sean. So Sean, what are you wearing?
Hello?
What do you got on, man?
Oh, fuck all, man. I just had to feed the birds.
So what time is it in Australia right now?
Give us 1 second.
Okay, he's feeding the birds. Fuck.
It's almost 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock.
Why do you sound so tired, Sean?
What do I sound tired?
Yeah.
Fuck if I know.
Sean, you sound grumpy.
Is it?
No, it's all right. No, because I could hear you in the background while I was feeding the birds, and I just rushed in to get the phone. So.
What birds do you feed? Are these wild birds, or they're you're in cages?
No, we've got birds in the cages. We've got pigeons and canaries and that.
Ooh, canaries.
But you got pigeons in cages, really?
Yeah. No, I'm not caged up. They fly all day.
Yeah, Moss. God, come on.
I should have known.
They fly.
Come back. Can you post these birds on the MMAholes.com?
If I can get all of them in the same picture, there's about 70 of the cunts.
70? Well, you have 70 birds in cages. What the hell's going on over there? Do you eat them?
That's it, bro. Don't need to know, man. We sell them to the Dukes.
You sell them
to the Dukes? What?
You got 70 birds? What the hell? I want to see
we
this.
start off with like 4, and they fucking breed like rats, so
and
you can't get rid of them. Love animals too much.
There's got to be shit all over the place, though, no?
No. We've got the high pressure hose, and that gets done about once a week or something.
We went to a bird sanctuary not too long ago, and they gave us like these little these sticks with bird seeds on them, and all the birds just flew on top of us. Do you ever do that? Do you ever like put bird seeds in your hand and have all the birds?
Yeah, they do that. The pigeons do that, and we've got like the sticks we put in the cage for the canaries, you know. So
is there a way we can get a picture?
We can't let them out because they're too small.
Can we get a picture of you with the BetDSI shirt on with birds all over you? Is there a way we can do that?
Probably, if I want to ruin the shirt, yeah.
Fuck that shirt. We got to see that. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, no, when I feed them, I'll get them, they'll come and jump down and they'll all fly all over you. Like that bloody film clip of Ozzy Osbourne where all the pigeons that I put on the website the other day. My mum coming home, remember?
Could you bite a pigeon's head off like Ozzy on air? Do you think we could get you in a hangout? You bite.
Not on there.
No, all right.
I got a video that I was going to post up the other day, but I thought about it twice and I thought, no, he's going to think I'm too cruel about that bloke that was knocked out on the corner.
Hold on, we got a super chat. Hold that thought.
Sean, what you think of legendary Polish power Jan B?
Oh, he wants to know what you think of legendary Polish power Jan Blachowicz.
Good.
Yeah, he's good. You're right, he is good.
Yeah,
he beat Luke Rockhold.
Yeah, he's good.
He's a good fella.
Yeah, fucking nice. No, he's coming up, so it's going to be, there's going to be a few big fucking names in front of him soon, and that'll be good.
We should do a segment where we call you up once a week, and we get your thoughts on things. You're a fascinating guy.
I'll do it. I don't give a fuck what you want to do, man. If you're just keen for it and everyone wants to hear it, I'll do it for you.
All right. Let me know in the chats the ones if you want Sean's thoughts on we'll get a topic, and we'll have you just fucking rant about it. I think the accent alone is worth it, you know.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's right.
But yeah, I'm just spewing about what the fucking dog's done to you on that other channel, man. That's fucked.
Oh, it's crazy, right?
So how long do you have to wait before you get it all sorted? Like, what's the protocol for that?
Let Jesse take this one.
So we're still going back and forth with them right now. If it's not approved, then we have about 3 months of no streaming allowed on our channel, or our channel can be completely removed, like deleted if this doesn't work out. But if it does work out, then we might be able to get it up as soon as within 2 weeks.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
It's still a fucker. And did you lose all donations and shit, or did that all come through, or anything like that?
I'm assuming we didn't get any notifications or anything about it yet, and there's been nothing like odd on Streamlabs. So
hey, tell two Jones to be saying I'm not with the fucking agency, faggot shit around here.
Yeah, that's right. He marches to his own beat, for God's sakes. Tell him, Sean.
He's alright too, Jones, but
yeah.
So that's a bit of a fucking head fuck for you, so you just gotta hope for the best, really.
Yeah, it sucks, man.
I was actually curious about that. Like, do they if we fight the strike and say they don't get rid of the channel, but they say no, this video is no good. Do they reimburse the super chats? I don't know how that works.
No, because we still earned them in the time that we were live, so they don't take those away or anything like that. But
I wonder how. Yeah, but I mean,
so if that did happen, it'd have to be reimbursed to whoever donated, wouldn't it?
Yeah, they would have to. Yeah. Let me know if you donated a super chat.
The money just doesn't disappear, you know what I mean? So it'll have to go back to whoever's donated, and it's just a load of shit. So
it's ridiculous.
They probably won't touch that, you know what I mean? But you were monetized, aren't you? So
yeah, well, you know what's funny?
You lost that part.
This
until you get it reimbursed.
Yeah, we can't live stream at all on that channel for 3 months if we can't do it. But on this
all
channel,
you can do is pre-record like you've done before, yeah.
Yeah, we could do uploads. That's it. But with this channel over here, we don't have many blemishes on this channel, so we can be monetized and they don't fuck with us. So we should just hang out here for 3 months. We got the same amount of fucking viewers.
We used to play music over here, remember?
Yeah.
We used to request songs and all that crap ages ago. Yeah.
Yeah, this place was our playground, and UFC ruined it.
It was
our secret playground.
AJs used to come after the show, so
yeah. Now it's a clusterfuck.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get a picture of those pigeons, man. I mean, that's what we're all waiting for.
Yeah. I'll get that done. I'll buy one head off for you, Moss, all right?
All right. Good talk. Good chat, man.
All
right.
All right.
There he is. I like Sean, man. He's another good dude. He no fucks given. I wish I was like that. You know? I wish I was just like, yeah, man, fuck it. Who cares? Let's get the pigeons. Let's play with 70 pigeons right now. Yeah. Like, if I had 70 pigeons in the other, say we had a yard with 70 pigeons or a room of pigeons, I'm like, oh, there's birds everywhere. I'm like, oh, birds.
That's what I deal with on a daily basis.
No, only if 70 pigeons were in there, I would go nuts, or whatever kind of birds. Could you imagine all that shit coming out of that room, like the noise? It's gotta be crazy. It sounded very quiet. I figure, I picture Sean as the type of guy, when he walks in the room, all the birds shut the fuck up. You know? Like the birds are squawking away.
Sean.
And Sean comes in, and the birds just shut the hell up. He's like, all right.
Yeah,
and that's it. That's
He's got a very calming nature about him.
He does.
Yeah.
He's a good.
Try it.
He's a good lad, that Sean.
Try having a calming nature. See if it works. Go into a loud, busy room and have a calming nature.
Yeah, I do that a lot in this relationship. I come in nice and calm.
Debatable.
With the banshee in the room. 516-522-0267. Give us a call. We just spoke to Sean from Australia over there. And would love to hear your thoughts on UFC 239. It was a wonderful, wonderful card. Some people are calling for people to retire. Some people are saying that Jon Jones didn't win. Some people are saying that Masvidal deserves a title shot. Ben Askren, well, that was embarrassing. Blah, blah, blah. Craziness. NH.
The Knitter.
It's the Knitter. Hello, Chris. Hello, Jesse.
Hello, Knitter.
What's up, Ann?
Hello. Yeah, that pretty well sucked. I thought it was something wrong with our phones or something there at the casino because we're always losing you guys.
Hmm.
You know, and it just completely died. And like I said, that came up, said copyright strike, UFC.
It's ridiculous, right? Isn't that crazy?
So, like,
the hell's going on?
We just thought it was normal. Yeah, I just thought it was normal because, like I said, it usually drops you guys a lot because the casino just doesn't work that well. But yeah, and I was like, what the hell?
Those assholes. I mean, we can't catch a break. And should we light the facility on fire? What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should get the phone number for the UFC.
Yeah. Fucking
Look it
shove
up.
the phone up their ass. That's what we should do. I'd say we need a contact number. I don't want anything to really do with the UFC. I love their sport. I love watching the fighters and the fights, but I don't want any connection to them. All I want is a phone number and to call them up and say, "Hey guys, just stop it. Just stop it. Leave us alone." That's just I don't even want to go to their events.
Leave the MMA holes alone.
Yeah, I don't want to give them a penny.
Yeah.
It sucks that we have to pay for the pay-per-views. That sucks over here. But if I wasn't doing the show, I wouldn't be paying for that shit. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. You know, they're getting so much money.
Yeah.
The casino, I guess, was able to get it back there again, but they're paying a lot for the service.
Wait, so they are getting it back?
Yeah, for the pay-per-view only.
Only the pay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So well, that's
So
something.
The last one, it like you said, you never know. And I kept calling, and they said, nope, can't show anymore because UFC, blah blah blah. And I'm like, okay, fine, whatever.
So what is usually, take me through a pay-per-view night, right? You and Mike H usually go to the casino, right? You have a couple of drinks. Let me know how this night works out.
They get a little freaky.
Do you start? You get a bite to eat? Do you gamble? Do you drink?
Yeah,
what happens?
we get there late enough so we can get the non-smoking in the back part of the room where no one can bug us. There's only so many booths back there and tables.
Where no one can
and
bug them.
We get the big, huge screen TV, nice one facing us with the nice loudspeakers so we can hear everything. And then there's other TVs around us.
It's a good deal.
Yeah, and then we start out kind of, a couple drinks, and then we'll, order a little appetizer, and then we'll watch the prelims. We haven't put them on, regular prelims. If they're on the ESPN, watch that. And after those are done, a little bit into the main event, we'll order some dinner.
So they
stay a little longer, listen to some music, and
do they have live bands and stuff like that there?
Yeah.
Get it all. Dude, they must all know you there, huh? You go there constantly. You must all know you.
Yeah, they missed us so much. Where we go, well, you guys haven't been showing the fights. Well, we can now. I'm like, okay, so we'll be going there again. Yeah.
That's a pretty good gig.
But like you said, I like that now we can do that because now we can meet our friends there and stuff like that because we have a group of people, that always show up there. So that's pretty cool. We kind of missed everybody.
I'd be down with that. That sounds like a lot of fun. You go out, you have a couple of drinks, you hang out with your friends, you watch the fights. You don't have to pay for the pay-per-view. The amount of money you spend on drinks, that can be. I'd rather buy drinks than the pay-per-view, and have a good night out. So you kill two birds with one stone. Good stuff.
Pretty much about close to the same amount. Besides gas, it's not too far, but pay for gas and that's about the same. A little bit less, maybe.
We went to the casino. We went to the casino in Arizona. What was the casino called? Talking Stick?
Talking Stick, yeah, resort.
And we walked in there, and I used to smoke, so I shouldn't be a hypocrite that I am. I am a huge hypocrite with smoke, but now I can't be around it. We went to Talking Stick, and you can't avoid it. It's everywhere. There's no non-smoke. Is it like that over there, or is there a good section?
You can't smoke in any bars in Oregon.
Okay.
It's the law, and you have to be so many feet away from restaurant or bar, so you can't be right outside the door or anything. You have to be so many feet away. And pretty much the casinos, you still can smoke because they're not, they're not government. They're and so they have separate. They'll have non-smoking area. that they have for the people that don't smoke to go and gamble, and then on the other side they have smoking.
You know what's funny about
Pretty much are separate, so you don't get all that smoke in the bar. There, it's still kind of separate. I don't get as much smoke in the back part. Because in the front, there's quite a bit more people smoking.
Yeah, it's funny.
I have done that.
In casinos or places that do allow smoking, it's funny. They like, this is the smoking section, this is the non-smoking. There's nothing dividing it. It's like air in between. So it's like, how does this smoke know to stop? Like, you still smell it. It's so
Smoke weed every day.
It's so ridiculous. Might as well make everywhere smoking because you can still get to smell it.
Yeah,
you know?
just like they have in ours pretty much, pretty much are closed. I mean, pretty far away from each other, so you can't even smell the smoke at all. So yeah, it's good like that.
So what'd you think of the card this weekend?
The card was good. I liked it. I got most of my picks wrong.
No, how dare you?
Well, I didn't think Rockhold. I mean, I thought he could win, but I guess that he's got a bad he should
face.
retire.
You think he should retire?
Yeah.
Jess, what do you think?
Yeah.
After talking about it, you agree? You concur?
Yeah.
Jesse concurs
And
too.
Melendez. I think he should too.
Yeah, huh? You had enough. Yeah, you know what? They made a good point in the chat. Ever since the steroid thing, he's just, maybe he was just a cheat. Maybe he wasn't that good. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he wasn't. That Jones fight, everybody's saying it was good. I mean, I don't know how they got it that close. I didn't see that it was that close. I mean, Jones was the leg kicks, the body shots, like you're saying, just And he looked different to it. He still looked good, but he looked more different, not being juiced up. You know what I mean? He looked more like a fighter, a little more vulnerable, maybe.
So do you think that that's the case? You think that, without the picograms flowing through his veins, that he is not the same fighter? The steroids did make a difference?
I think the steroids made a difference, yes. Most definitely. I think he's still a good fighter. I'll still watch him. I don't like him because he did cheat, but I'll still watch him. I mean, there was no way I was going to pick against him. On my picks, I got that right.
Yeah, he's tough to pick against. So what do you think about that, Jess? What do you think about what Ann says about that? Jesse's the woman of many words.
And we already know what you feel about Cowboy and wanting the second fight.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's true. Let's hear your opinion on that.
Cowboy.
Jesse,
Fuck Tony.
I didn't mean it like that. Like, I think that Cowboy and Ferguson would be an excellent rematch. It's just what's better for Ferguson would be to say fuck Cowboy and pay attention to the belt,
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I would. If I was Cowboy, if I was Tony, I'd be doing the same thing. Yeah, I'd pay more attention to trying to get the belt and see his point.
You see Cowboy in the crowd during UFC 239 sipping on the beer, winking? I think he winked at you.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah. Like, it's Cowboy. I'm like, yeah, honey, I can see. I'm watching the same thing you are.
That's funny.
I was listening to you guys at the same time. It's like we had friends or family there, and I got my earphones on.
Oh, goodness.
What? You said something? What?
That's awesome. Now, that's a true MMA hole right there.
I'm so rude to people. I'm so rude to my friends. I'm like, shut up. I'm listening to the MMA hole.
I tell you, we got we're ordering some new merchandise we're trying to put together, and we got to get you a nice, beautiful new shirt so you can rock that thing. Nice MMA hole shirt. What do you say?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Right?
I love that.
At the casino, CNH rocking it.
Yes, I wear my 7% shirt there.
Awesome.
And I do have the wristbands on.
That's great. Look, Ann promoting for us. That's awesome. You're the best. Ann H, 7% knitter. All right, Ann. Well, it was a good chatting with you.
The knitter.
All right, Ann. Be good, man. It was good chatting with you.
Okay, it's good chatting with you. Love you guys.
Love you too.
Love you.
We love Ann. Man, I feel at home. Like, I feel bad. Like, I didn't want to just talk to her the rest of the 19 minutes. Like, it's kind of like, you're talking to, I don't know. It's bizarre when Ann gets on. It's like you feel warm and fuzzy. Get that warm, fuzzy feeling in your genitals.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Let's get another story in, and we'll open up some more phone lines and talk to people because we have some 18 minutes of show left. Thank you, wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Oh, I got to sign in. We'll sign in as the
You
MMA host.
got that love and feeling. Oh, that love and feeling.
You know, I think you weren't going to get through a show without singing.
You've got that love and feeling. Now it's gone. That's for you, Ann.
Yeah. That's for you. What do we got next?
All right, well, according to MMAnews.com, we covered this a little bit. Darren Till offers his support to Ben Askren after his UFC 239 loss. Masvidal made UFC history with the fastest knockout when he ran out and connected with a devastating knee strike to the jaw of Askren at UFC 239 pay-per-view event on Saturday night. Till took to his official Twitter account where he wrote the following support to Askren. If you scroll down a little, you can actually see it. It says, "Unlucky Ben, shit happens. You'll be back." There are a lot of questions for Askren right now with his pro MMA career, as the only reason that he came out of retirement and joined the UFC was in the hopes to get a title shot to have the chance to become the welterweight champion. Now he's back at the drawing board. Time will tell whether he continues to fight or calls it a career for good.
All right, so what is next for Ben Askren? We spoke about this at the top of the show. Let me know in the chat, the newer people. Let me know what you all think.
Wonderful.
Super chat. It's Jeremiah. What's up, Jeremiah?
Just wanted to show some love.
Woo! Love to you, Jeremiah.
Oh, shit, I almost spilled shit. There we go. Jeremiah.
Wonderful.
Thank you, man.
Wonderful,
Appreciate that. Sean Hart says, Moss, would you have trouble sending Real Bearded Men products if they are liquid? Well, we'll find out tomorrow. I don't think we should. They never, it's weird. They never really ask. They're like, what do you got in there? T-shirts? Cool.
Yeah, because I don't think it really matters that much.
Yeah, I don't know.
If it's like lithium batteries or aerosols or something, then it matters a little more, because if they're being transported by plane, that could be dangerous. But other than that, I don't think they care. You know, they don't care that much.
Yeah, you're gonna get beard oil, and what else? You're gonna get some combs and
lanyards.
Yeah, all that shit. We'll send you some stuff. But thank you for playing on the UFC 239 shit show over there, and we'll send it out to the other winner as well. I was going to show something, and here we go. Yeah, Real Bearded Men. That's what I'm going to show. 15% off. Promo code in the description. We're going to be by Real Bearded Men next week. So we'll be over there. 15% off. We're going to try to get some more goodies for you to give away. It's like pulling teeth to get goodies from Real Bearded Men, but we do have 15% off, and the link is in the description. So if you do have a beard and you want to make it look purty, that's the place to go. Real Bearded Men. They got some good smelling shit over there, man. Like, they got all the cool combs and the blades and shit, but the some of their products, the wax, it doesn't smell like anything. Like, usually you buy that wax from the store and it smells like a dead animal like a dead animal by a dying tree, like just together with fertilizer. I don't know, it's just weird. They have that weird manly body odor smell. This stuff smells good. Like, what do you think about their smell? Well, I don't have anything in now because I'm dirty. That's my pheromones. That's not Real Bearded Men. I'm an honest person.
Still smells good to me.
But if it wasn't for Real Bearded Men, I wouldn't be able to get this beautiful beard looking fabulous. What else is in the news, JBH? And we'll open up some more phone lines. Oh, it's Johnny Bones Jones.
According to MMA Fighting, Jon Jones would absolutely be interested in facing Daniel Cormier versus the Stipe Miocic winner.
Didn't we talk about this already? I think we did.
Yeah, let's skip it.
Yeah, we did speak about this. I mean, if you're just jumping in now, we spoke about Jon Jones. The fight at light heavyweight, I love it. I really do. I know a lot of people don't want to see it a third time, but I'm down. And he is interested. And you know why he's interested, Jesse?
Why?
Money.
Moss, if you're going to do it, you got to do it right.
Money.
Wonderful.
All right, let's move on. Next story.
Okay.
Next.
According to BJPen.com, fans troll Ben Askren's wife on Instagram following his KO loss to Jorge Masvidal.
That's classy.
Yes.
Good old MMA fans doing it again.
Yes. Fans took to social media to mock Ben Askren after his abrupt loss to Jorge Masvidal at UFC 239. However, some fans took it a step further by aiming at Funky's wife and family. Askren ate a flying knee from his opponent, game-bred Masvidal within 5 seconds of the first round. Masvidal made sure to deliver 2 extra blows to Askren as if he fell to the ground, securing his explosive victory. Both fans and fighters were in awe of such a decisive win. Jorge Masvidal has always made it clear he does not like Ben Askren and has been basking in the glory of beating his rival. Repeated trash-talking between Askren and Masvidal made sure their matchup was one of the most anticipated fights of UFC 239, perhaps even the most anticipated outright. Many fans have added fuel to the fire and taken jabs at Funky on social media. Askren, so far, is taking the defeat well. That being said, it's unlikely he'll be okay with fans taking aim at his wife and family. On Amy Askren's Instagram account, fans commented with messages. If you scroll, you can see a couple.
Yeah, I want to see what they said. Is it on the actual story?
Not horrible messages. They just said, is your husband still alive? Is Ben still dead? These comments were posted on a picture of Askren's wife with her children.
Yeah, it could
Wait.
Oh, God.
Now, Laura, this person tweeted, they said, yes, I hate Ben Askren more than any of you, but commenting sick messages on his wife's Instagram is something I wouldn't ever do. Who are these guys who let them watch fights?
Oh, God.
Now, even Masvidal has previously said he does not agree with commenting on family members, especially children, when it comes to trash talk. Ben Askren has not yet responded to fans trolling his wife. Whilst lighthearted trolling is part and parcel of post-fight antics, taking aim at family members might be taking it a step too far. With his loss to Masvidal, the former one champ and Bellator title holder Ben Askren tasted defeat for the first time as a pro MMA fighter. He's now 19-1 overall.
All right. Yeah, family should be off limits. It's just funny how vicious MMA fans are, like the worst. Like that's why we started the MMA holes, right? I mean, it's
Yeah, but as kids, like, come on.
They are MMA fans are horrible people. They're just like the UFC. The UFC's horrible too. The UFC for striking us it's a shithead move by the UFC. MMA fans, there are a lot of shitheads. You ever go into these?
No, you don't have to tell me about it. I already know.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, like, you look at, like, for instance, look at the best example would be look at the live chat for a post-fight press conference. That's the best way to see how MMA fans are. We're fortunate. We have trolling and shit over here, but it's not nearly as bad because we're fucking assholes too. So it doesn't matter. You know, you troll us, we don't give a shit. But you look at the post-fight press conferences and you watch that shit, and I'll just sit back with popcorn and be like, these people are horrific. Like, they're terrible people. You don't see this in any other sport. The trolling, the shitty things that people say. Where is your brain right now? Where, is it here?
In bed.
It's in bed. What? You got 10 more minutes.
I'm kidding, Most.
It's not a kid. This is a fucking show. No, I'm not kidding. Whoa. Officer Doofy just cleaned our vagina. Thank you. So I'm not surprised by this, and I think the way Ben Askren's handling it is pretty damn good.
He's handling it well, yeah.
He just rolls with the punches. Yeah. The one thing about Ben, though, is he doesn't really go hard with his trolling. Like, Connor's gone overboard and said some fucked up shit. Like, Ben doesn't say that.
I think Ben is tactical with his trolling. I think he picks and chooses, you know? He doesn't just make himself look like an idiot. There's some trolls out there who just make themselves look like an idiot. Like, they'll take any opportunity to advance and they make themselves look retarded doing it. But if you're tactical with your trolling, you look like the genius of the group, you know? And I think that's what Ben's doing. I think he's trying to be a little tactical here.
Well, I got to say, Ben Askren, he's like a PG troll. That's what he's like. He's, you know, he says things and it's all like, it's kind of like how Chael Sonnen was. Yeah. Well, Chael Sonnen went over earlier.
Super chat.
Reefer. What we got, Reefer?
Mossa Opposi troll hardcore look at JBH Baraka.
Baraka?
What? I troll, wait.
Moss, you're a piece of shit. I troll hardcore. Look at JBH Baraka.
I don't know what Baraka means.
Yeah, no,
Thank you. But I am
what
a piece of shit.
about me, Reefer?
Anyway, thank you. You're a Baraka. See, look at that face. That's a Baraka face. See? There it is. Anyway, so what do you think about Ben Askren's family getting trolled? Let us know in the chat as we get into the next story. We got some more stories over here, JBH.
Ew, why are you talking like that? I don't like when you talk like that.
I can only imagine, like, listening to the podcast. I can only imagine, because at least visually you can see how stupid we look. But Like when you're listening to it, could you think of it that way?
No, you know
When
what I
people
think
actually
of?
sitting there listening.
When I listen to Howard Stern and you hear all sorts of weird noises coming from the other end.
But it pertains to the show.
Your mind goes a million miles a second, but it's funny. Like there's something funny about it,
Yeah. He has outrageous things said that pertain to the actual content of the show. You are you're doing a different show.
Why are you blaming me? You just had a Kermit the Frog voice.
Well, yeah, but it had to pertain to the show. It ain't easy being green, Jesse.
Stop talking like that.
All right. What's next in the news, Jesse? JBH?
Well, you clicked on the wrong thing, Moss.
How does this work, this website?
What are you doing? Go back.
What is this?
Stop. No, don't click previous.
Oh, God.
Man,
How does this? This is the MMAholes.com.
You
Who put this
clicked on
together?
the article. That's what happened. You shouldn't have clicked on the article. What were you thinking?
I don't know. That it works like every other website?
You don't. If you click on the article, it's going to take you to the full article, not the scroll,
it's too much
Moss.
work.
Jeez Louise. Look at you.
One minute I'm fapping over Ben Askren's
this
wife.
is the scroll. Don't click on the actual articles. It's going to take you to the full article.
Look at this little bony body. Whoa.
Super chat.
Reefer on the fringe.
Baraka from Mortal Kombat Fatality #Gilavoof Collision.
Oh, Baraka.
Fatality.
Baraka from Mortal Kombat. I don't remember. Who the hell was Baraka? Barack
Did I do
Obama?
that all right? Ready?
I'm going to look him up.
Okay.
Finish him.
That sounded just like it. Baraka from Mortal Kombat. They're saying you're Baraka from Mortal Kombat.
All right. Oh, I can do that. Ready?
Wonderful.
The fuck? How does anyone know this guy's name? He's got to be a kid, right?
This is my Baraka face.
Baraka. Who knows the Mortal Kombat characters by name? I don't know. Isn't that I don't know.
Wonderful.
Mortal Kombat Baraka. I see the resemblance. That looks just like you. It's spitting image. All right. Let's back into the news. Back into Skinny Rumble Johnson.
All right, according to MMA junkie Rumble Johnson's UFC return could be on cards if the price is right. Just when you thought it was safe to get back in the octagon, on Sunday, former UFC knockout artist Anthony Johnson dropped the latest hint that he might be prepared to jump back into active competition again. Rumble lost out to Jones by heel hook after 47 seconds, but his clear enjoyment of the occasion begged the question of whether the competitive fires still burned inside the 35-year-old slugger. Thankfully, Chael Sonnen was on hand to ask. Johnson told him, quote, "This was just fun for me, man. I like competition. Win, lose, or draw, I still go out there and try my best." Rumble clearly felt competitive enough to step out of his comfort zone and take on one of the very best grapplers on the planet. But what about a return to the octagon to compete in the sport he knows best? His answer on a potential MMA return was short and to the point, and pretty exciting for those who would love to see him make another octagon appearance. He said, quote, "If the price is right, the price is right." Of course, if he does come back, it will likely be as a heavyweight. While Johnson did compete as low as welterweight in his UFC career, he weighed in at 278.4 pounds for Sunday's event.
Oh, yeah, what happened with that?
I'll tell you. Johnson's last 5 wins in the UFC came against Glover Teixeira, Ryan Bader, Jimmy Manuwa, Alexander Gustafsson, and Antonio Nogueira, all by knockout, with 4 of them coming inside the first round. But if Johnson does return to MMA one day, one man who definitely won't be facing him is the man who just submitted him. Said a grinning Jones. Shout out to Rumble for stepping into my rule set. I will never return the favor for him.
Wait, so what happened?
So it said it at the bottom, but I guess it doesn't say it anymore.
What was that? Is that called Sug or something like that?
Sub. Yeah, Sub.
Yeah, he fought, right?
Yeah. Oh no, he's set to fight. Hold on. Let me.
Oh, he didn't fight? I thought it was like last weekend or some shit.
Okay, here we go. Sug 9. He was submitted.
Yeah, he was fighting some like beast that was like a lot lighter than him, but he was like just a wizard.
But he said he won anyway because he had a blast.
I was on Fight Pass. I can't show it because UFC will hit us with a copyright strike. So yeah, he was commissioning. He was commissioning. He was competing in Submission Underground. He's not coming back. I don't know if the price is right. I mean, every time on Instagram, just recently, Rumble Johnson said that he has no interest in coming back. 0 interest. I've noticed this. If you're not reading, and you have free space, you start freaking out.
I'm not doing anything.
No, I'm not. There's a lot going on. I noticed. If you're not reading an article, it's like
I'm listening.
It's an interesting. I should have the Jesse cam. I need to have just a cam just on you where it's just 24/7 of when shit's going on. They can see what the hell is going on behind the scenes.
Can you just let me be me?
Well, no, I'm showcasing it right now. But yeah, Rumble's not coming back. Let me know in the chat. Do you think Rumble Johnson will return? Do you think he will return to the cage?
No, but Jon Jones did say that if he returns, that he will not be moving up to heavyweight to fight him.
He will not move up to heavyweight to fight.
He said if there's one fighter he knows he can lose to, it's Rumble Johnson.
Yeah, they're buds. They were supposed to fight before, and that never materialized. Let's see what the chat says.
Roberto says only Brendan Schaub like Amanda Nunes. Boss Kogar probably not. 3-man, no he won't. And H1 Bad, we know you are so jealous of all the attention Drunk got and me, and no one paid attention to you. Sean Hart, we had a pet crow a few years ago raised as a fletching, and he was the smartest animal we have ever had.
Sean Hart, we spoke to him earlier. If you missed it, run it back. He's got 70 birds. This is a young Bones, Holly, hanging out, Jackson Wink. What's going on over here?
Well, according to MMAnews.com, Jon Jones shares his emotional reaction to the Holly Holm loss. UFC 239 was an emotional night for Jon Jones even before he entered the octagon to successfully defend his light heavyweight championship against Thiago Santos. That is because his very close friend and training partner, Holly Holm, lost via TKO to UFC Women's Bantamweight champ Amanda Nunes. Jones opened up on his emotions immediately following Holm's crushing defeat. This is what he said. It was very hard for me to witness that. Mentally, I had to be prepared for anything. I've had a few nights where my teammates have come up short, and my coaches always tell me, John, you just need to keep your head in the game. It was tough for all of us because the room was just so silent. And I just told the coaches, hey, listen, let's get back on our horse and we got to continue this battle. And they did, and we ultimately won the last match of the night. I told her I was really proud of her, and I told her just being a woman that's willing to go out there on national TV and face someone like Ronda Rousey and face someone like Amanda Nunes of the world, like, dude, that's Barbie doll worthy. Little girls should have Barbies of Holly Holm because she's truly courageous. And it takes a lot to do what she's doing, to be vulnerable in front of the world. I told her she has nothing to hang her head about.
These two are definitely boning, for sure.
Oh, stop it.
Definitely boning.
Stop
but there you go.
He's protecting his sister. His sister from another mister.
That's right. Well, there it is. I saw, and time is running down. We have 1 minute left in the show, and thank you guys for joining us. I saw someone in the chat ask us about the Contender Series. Yes, we are totally going to be live for the Contender Series tomorrow. Our boy, Justin the Fort Sumter, is back.
Yeah.
Back! Do you think he's going to win?
Woo! Yes!
Jesse says yes. So our boy Justin the Fort Sumter is in Vegas right now, getting ready to throw down the Contender Series. We'll be live for that. We'll be live for the Wednesday show. We'll be live for PFL. We'll be live for Fuka Friday. We'll be live for UFC Boring. You want to see who's on UFC Boring?
Jermaine Durandamy versus Aspen Ladd. Jermaine Durandamy.
Yeah.
Jermaine Durandamy.
We'll be live for this on Saturday. Durandamy versus Ladd. That's happening. That's going down. It's interesting, but not at the same time. But we'll be live for that. So 6 shows in a row on Not the MMA Holes. Make sure if you are new to this, our main channel right over there, link in the description. We got 23K, hanging with the boys. Once we get that all ironed out with the copyright strike, we'll be back over there. But make sure you share these videos. Make sure you like these videos. And if you got social media, tag the UFC and say free the MMA hole. Stop this bullshit with them falsely copyright striking us. This
is number one bullshit.
Now remember, Jesse, this is not the same
I got
way
it,
to say
Mas.
it. You got it?
Don't
Yeah, you had to think about it. Go ahead.
Don't be an a-hole. Be a not the MMA hole. Oh, wait, let me redo that.
What?
Wait.
What the fuck was that?
Oh, wait. I didn't wink. Okay, let me try this again.
How dare yeah, more. Let's see.
Don't be an a-hole. Be a not the MMA hole.